This episode of Keeping Tabs is sponsored by Dootloot, your go-to vendor for non-English foils, signed and altered cards, reserve list staples, judge promos, and secret layers. Dootloot has cards for every budget, starting at just $5. It's a simple, no-nonsense card feed updated weekly, with monthly giveaways and free tokens in every order. Join the over 6,000 members on Discord and follow on Instagram at DootlootIG.
Welcome to the critical EDH experience.
It's so good, dude.
It's been a while since we've done this in person.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had four of us on the same episode.
I think we kind of have reason to now, though.
Yeah.
After last weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good weekend for all of us. Some more than others, but yeah. I mean, like, I think in general, I think I'm incredibly proud of not just Crit, but like the entire Denver local scene.
Dude, we defended the home.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And there was like a good percentage chance the top four was going to be a 4 local pod.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was like 2 locals in almost every pod of the top 16.
That's cool. I didn't go back and look at that.
It was so crazy. Like in the top 40, we covered like a lot of it.
Oh, nice.
And it was just like, oh, like there's a very good shot that it's top 4 or top 4 is all locals, which I think is so cool.
Even shouts to Cody, the Rockside player. He's from Grand Junction, I think.
Yeah.
So like even like local-ish, if you squint from 4 hours away.
America thing.
Yeah. But like, and then, you know, New Mexico is also, I mean, it's same distance basically.
Mhm.
Like it was all just like regional people that we know and are close to, like holding it down. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of Minnesota people came out, too. And
The Mass
Utah.
guys, a lot of Mass guys. The entirety of the Utah collective came out.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I
But-
love Adam.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Same.
Adam's just
Same.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
I will also say, like, I got to get my first game with, like, Z, and I was like, oh, this was so much fun,
Yeah.
you know?
Z and I keep meeting each other in these really unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah.
Top 16 was how we met this time, and I always have a good time playing with Z. He's an incredible player and also very very tenacious.
Yeah.
He's very, like, you know, it's a tough player to play against, but
Very much so.
I also met him in Fishbowl in like a random Swiss round, and that was a very tough game as well.
Okay.
But like we just keep meeting, and like I was like, dude, I gotta stop. You know, 'cause, like we see each other in, like
Yeah.
round 1 of Swiss.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is exactly, that's where I saw him. Was
Oh, really?
round 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So funny.
Round 1, and he pitched. I've told this story on like in our Discord, but he like pitched his Born and his Flood Caller, and I was like, guys, Flood Caller, you cannot put a Flood Caller into play to the other 2 players. I was like, if you're trying to win on top, it has to be with Born. There's no other option.
yeah, because the presumption is that he has Word of Season.
Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
steal it
Yeah.
and kill us with Molten Duplication or Molten Disaster and Angel's Grace.
my round 1 was with Dan of all people.
Oh, it's so good.
Dude, I got to hang out with Dan a lot this weekend. He is like one of the funniest people in cEDH. I adore this guy.
Yeah.
I'm in first seat, Cody on Rockside, and Dan, and then another Tim Nadargo player in fourth seat, who's like a little bit, I wasn't familiar with them. And we're like far enough in that I can just say what Dan said. Yeah, it's fine. We won't get demonetized, hopefully. So, I like just cast a shitter, do nothing. I have a turn 2 or 3 nulls or something. And then Cody plays a fish, and Dan goes, all right, guys, Rockside, am I gonna have to be a little cuck boy right now? Because I could just not cast any of these cards in my hand. I could be one. You tell me. And then he's like, no, I think you're gonna have to just like cast those spells. You got to play the game too. He's like, yeah, okay, you're right. But I'm gonna remind you on every spell, fish is a May trigger.
Yeah.
So he plays land, cast Mamber. Wait, hold on, it's a May. And then he casts 5 spells into this Mystic Remora. I'm like, God damn it, damn. Yeah, it just.
I love playing with that guy.
Yeah.
He's like, obviously you say like people haven't changed since they've been younger, but like, and that's like very much not true,
Yeah,
right?
you go way back with him.
But
right?
yeah, like I've known him since high school. We played World of Warcraft like vanilla together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
like,
like
didn't you show up at like a fishbowl and he's like,
no. So what happened was I was at Fishbowl, the last one,
mhm.
and I
So
saw
Fishbowl 6.
Fishbowl 6, and I saw someone in a Steelers jersey, and I was like, that's weird. Like that's not normal in San Diego, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And then I started looking at him more, and I was like, oh, it's my best friend's brother from like when I was in elementary school.
Mm.
His name's Ryan, right? And I was like, that's crazy. Like, I didn't ever peg them for Magic the Gathering players or anything like that. And I went and talked to him, and I was like, hey, like, do you remember me? And he's like, yeah. Oh, by the way, Ryan's here as well. I was like,
Are you Dan's there?
so Dan and Ryan, there, it's all part of
Okay.
one group.
Wow.
And so, like, I was just like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? But, and then, yeah, and ever since, like, Dan's been making a real push for the Invitational this year. So,
Yeah, I got to play top 4 Breach the Bay with him, and that was I met him in top 16, and we were just talking before top 4 started, and I was like, dude, this guy is fucking hilarious.
dude, he's so funny.
And then when we played top 4, and I was like, oh my god, he might be the perfect.
Yeah, well, and it's like the way he yaps, like, you do just want his things to resolve because you want him in a good mood making jokes. Like, that's a crazy
But
thing
he also bluffs like in an insane way.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw him in our winning in, or in both mine and his winning in for the midseason.
Mm-hmm.
And he had like a Ristic Study and 30 cards in hand, and I was playing Chowder. And I was like playing so like timidly because I knew it's Kinnan with 30 cards in hand. He's like, I had nothing. I had nothing that entire time. And I was like, what are you talking about? he's like, I just had dorks and mana rocks and lands, and that's it, dude.
Dude, we were driving because I picked all those guys up at the airport. And so we're all just like piled into my little 90s Land Cruiser.
Nice.
And I don't remember who
Had to
said
drop
what.
the Land Cruiser
Yeah, of
floor.
course.
Okay.
But I don't remember who said what. They're just like, Dan, if you Googled gay cop, how long do you think it would take to find a photo of you? Because he's just got
that's really funny.
He does have the porn star mustache, dude.
But that on Friday I had a game with him. It was Dan, Ian, me, and someone else. I'm saying because it's someone else I also know, and that was a horrendous game.
Yeah,
a
that sounds
very
like a
very
hell
difficult
pod.
game, but
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
I have some cool tidbits, and we can all like kind of pitch in with different things that we've heard about over the weekend. One thing I heard about was our local Tim the Dargo player was playing Rog Dargo.
Yeah, 100%. This did happen.
And then in a game with Gold Sabretooth, he was seat 4, and he turn 1 comboed the table.
Yeah. So apparently, I talked to him about this actually, and he said he top decked the mana vault that allowed it to happen, which is so funny to me.
Yeah, he just dual casted them on turn
Yeah,
1.
just
That's
dual
so
cast.
funny,
Yeah.
dude.
By the way, if you haven't looked at the Rog Dargo list, it's actually really, really cool.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
sick deck.
Who
It
knew?
is,
You
yeah.
put 2 powerful partners together, you can be restricted to red. Like,
Yeah.
it runs combos.
Well, it's just like it gets rid of like the Timna draw, and it's just like I'm gonna have wheels instead.
Yeah.
And that's like good enough when you have Rog in the command zone.
Does it run Brass's Tunnel Grinder?
I don't know. It's like on like Weft Stalker.
That's the only thing
Arden.
I'm interested in, is if it
Yeah.
runs that card or not.
It is. It just kills you with Dargo loops, and it's like silences or like Hexing Squelcher and Spider Punk, but it's like legit a cool deck.
Spider Pod.
Yeah.
One other tidbit I had was that in top 16, I believe, and Jason can correct me if I'm wrong, I countered a Commandeer by casting a Disrupting Shoal, pitching Hullbreaker Horror.
Oh, that's gas.
That is.
Yeah,
gas.
that was very fun.
I've also done this with like pitching a Sky Turtle, and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
you're like, oh,
sure.
that's nutty.
That is a 7-drop. Yeah.
Mm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Any kind of like fun stories or just non sequiturs?
I mean, so many. I was telling you guys
Yeah.
before we started the show. I think it was after the first round. Some guy that I used to play casual at Wizard's Chest with came up to me and was like, "Bro, I saw you on Play to Win, and now I'm here at this tournament, and I'm playing Noctis, and it's just like it's so fucking cool. Like I'm just having a great time being here."
Hell yeah.
And I met so many people this weekend that like had maybe played a local event here and there, but just like never been to a big event, never
Mhm.
taken a tournament seriously at all, and they were just
Same.
there having like a really cool time. And so many people that were like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
Like, and that's sick.
I will also shout out like the nitpicking nerds.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
those, I didn't really get to talk with them, but like it seemed like they had a positive vibe from the event, from like being around them. And BZ made a top 40.
Yeah.
Right. So like
Oh.
them coming from like a fully casual point of view, and then coming to play in a cEDH tournament because they lived kind of near here.
Mhm.
Mia was on stream.
yeah.
too, with Matt Hayes.
The man.
I think BZ was also in the top 16. I think he got cooked by Sterling.
I think this was in Swiss though.
Okay.
But I was just saying, like, I think she was in with Matt Hayes and I think Joe Holland. I was like, Jesus
Oh,
Christ,
gas.
that's a
Yeah.
pot
so
to be
sick.
in.
By the way, huge congrats out to Joe for winning the redemption event.
Yeah.
Just like necroed him on turn
He's like,
2.
yeah, I just necroed.
He's like, yeah, hey, surprise,
Just
Valthras puts a necro to play
Yep.
and wins the game.
Oh, I forgot he was playing Vilethrust this weekend because
He played, I think he played Rogthras in
sure
the main event, and then Vilethrust because he's like, I want to win the game on turn 2.
I know you said you didn't say hi to the nitpicking nerds, but I did. I went over and introduced myself before Swiss happened, and yeah, they're super nice, and
Yeah.
I think they had just moved to the area, so they're down towards the Springs.
Yeah,
So.
and like I've been told that they wanted to start exploring CEDH, and it's like, oh well, you live in the city for that.
Yeah. Here's as good a place as any.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that was really cool that they came out and actually did super well.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
Mhm. The event was totally capped. They obviously you have a few people that dropped the day of or
Mhm.
whatever, but they had people standing waiting to play in the event.
Yeah.
Which was really cool because not only are you on the wait list, but you traveled to the event to be on the wait list at the event, and you're there ready to go. And
Yeah.
so we filled those spots, and we had a full 300 people.
Yeah. There was tables upstairs, which was crazy.
the venue was
Dude, I know.
crazy.
Yeah. The venue, I really liked the venue. Like 95% of the venue I loved, right? Like the castle's cool. Like the way that there was like a balcony for the announcers.
Oh,
The
yeah.
stage was all set up. Like all of that was really cool. The only thing, did you guys like, if you were on like the topper, like closer to the top tables, like on table like 10,
Mhm.
like where the ceilings were
Oh, a little
low?
lower. Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so loud over there.
Yeah.
Like you could
Yeah,
not hear
yeah.
people talk like to each
Yeah.
other. That was the only bad thing I have about like the actual venue part of
Yeah.
it. But like everything else was amazing.
Mhm.
On stage was also interesting. I don't know if you guys ever
I didn't have a
went
stream
on.
game. Yeah.
Just a little bit, but
Yeah, I spent all of day 2 on stage, and that was a much different experience than being in the Swiss rounds.
yeah,
Like, it's-
I mean just being under lights, it's like hot and annoying.
yeah, I mean, you talked about like it being loud in that particular area. I felt like it was very loud on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I don't know, for some reason, I don't know, just the way that
Just
the
acoustics, like,
acoustics
carried
or whatever.
forward, yeah.
And
but-
that makes sense for stage, right? Like
But like the lights weren't high because they're LED lights, and like it was fine.
okay.
But what I had a problem with was glare. So or just reflections in general. So like the lights that we have here in this like little room, but like where someone's sitting next to me, because the light is making a perfect angle off of their cards, I can't see.
Okay,
sure,
I
yeah,
can't see their
sure.
cards at all. So
Yeah.
like I was like, look, I'm not trying to look at your hand, but like I really can't see what's on your board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I can't see what's on your board either. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, that's not really helpful for you. you know.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
like, and those are like super nitpicky things, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like
but
in
they're-
general, the event was amazing.
There are things, on a technical level you can do to change that a little bit, which is just like make the lights a little higher. Because really you're just trying to avoid them bouncing directly back into the camera.
Sure.
So as long as they're not on that axis, then it's fine. But just you have to be like aware of like player eyesight line.
Yeah.
Because, but that was a problem. I don't know if it was for you too.
No,
but-
I couldn't even see your board in the finals. I was just like, well, I'll just remember what's on your board and figure it out.
But then
later.
you have to you're in a finals
That's the
game. where
mental
you're-
energy.
it's like mental load of remembering that. So that's kind of tough. But
Also, I would just want to shout out like the casting. From what I understand, Hire and Eric did an amazing job.
mhm.
And
I've been
then-
enjoying just like going back and listening to it because like I'm like walking around the house doing chores and stuff and just listening to the
Yeah.
games and stuff. It's cool.
Mhm.
And then Isaac and Thomas also did some like
They did like
analyst stuff.
analyst desk kind
Yeah.
of stuff, and they phoned in between and did interviews and stuff, and
Yeah.
that was really
Which
awesome.
I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like all the local, like every local team had to play a part in it. I mean, huge. Also, like this is like the most thankless job in the world, but like Raul is the
Yeah, for
producer
sure.
of that
Raul
stream.
is the
goat.
Like-
yeah.
Like he, no one thanks him enough for those like basic streams that are streamed on MTG Basics. But that is like basically Raul giving up his life for a weekend.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But yeah, I think it's just like the whole production of the whole thing was just like really, really good.
Even like player check-in was really seamless. They
Yeah.
had it so like there was this big tunnel kind of going into the castle room, and you check in first with Shouts Angus, level 7, and then a couple other people, and then they send you back around. And they did something really cool where you had like you got assigned to a color team as a player.
Mhm.
And then like as you won, you got to go put a color sticker in the like color blob to see which like team came out on top. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
and it just like gave you like a weird
sense of like
sense of yeah
pride or
Like
connection
you're
or-
working towards
Yeah.
something,
Which
yeah.
team actually won? Do you know?
Red team, baby.
I was blue.
shocker,
Yeah.
dude.
Red team.
Jason's on the red team. The red
I was
team won.
colorless.
What? You were colorless?
Mhm.
I was on green.
Dang, we're
I
all
literally
different
got
colors.
given it. I was like green.
I did the same thing. I'm blue. I don't play this.
Wait, I don't know if we said we're talking about the siege.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Like I don't know. If
Yeah.
we said, but
Yeah,
no,
somehow-
of
yeah.
course we are.
Getting to see locals that have played in like the last year or even like 2 years and just see
Yeah.
them for the first time in forever is crazy. I was like, wow, I didn't even know you still played Magic.
Yeah, for sure. I think I think just the whole event was like kind of a celebration of like Denver CEDH or Colorado CEDH.
We
I think
haven't
it was
had a
so
big
cool.
event like this since Crombat,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
Crombat was pretty good.
and
But
it was half the size at this point.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
Which is-
crazy.
Yeah,
less than half the size. 'Cause
Yeah.
we had a 128 cap
Mhm.
in Crombat,
this was 308.
300. Well, 308
it
and then
ended
8
up-
dropped.
It ended up being about like it was like 297 total. I think is the really what it comes down to. But-
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, for me and my standards right now for events, I think it was like the perfect event.
Yeah.
Was everything perfect? No. But as far as what I'm looking for in an event, it's a big event. It was well run. There were excellent judge staff. There were casters, commentators, live stream, all that
yeah,
stuff.
I agree.
You know,
The rounds ran relatively smooth. Swiss was done on day
Mhm.
1. We did top 40 in day 2. I think that whole experience was pretty great overall.
The whole top 40 thing, like it just has to happen. I think it should be like almost mandated by Top Deck at this point of like the tournament structure.
past a certain size.
Yeah, like past
I think-
like past 250, it should just like if it's a diamond, it should be
past
this.
like 160.
Yeah, I felt like
For
even
sure.
D-grade,
Yeah,
40
because
to-
like statistic or like math wise, that checks
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
D-grade would have been. D-grade was also a phenomenal event. I would have preferred top 40 there. And like this was my first event playing top 40, and I think everything about it's easier. My only preference moving forward is like, and it's hard when you have 3-hour rounds in top 40,
Mhm.
but like starting redemption after
Yeah,
the
so
top 40 round.
so the
is,
reason
like,
why that didn't
ideal.
the reason why that didn't happen is because there was a lot less time on the back end of day 2.
Oh, sure. That
so
makes sense.
yeah, because we had a hard cutoff time at the end of it, which
Sure.
like from what I understand, like the event had a very good like response to this whole thing happening,
Cool.
right? I had heard that through like the passing of employees essentially. But maybe that's something that they can negotiate for next time, being like, hey, like we showed you guys that
we can.
We need
we
a
can
longer
do this,
day,
we just need
yeah.
a longer day too, and
Yep.
and that's possible.
The
right?
other thing that I would probably say is that maybe make top 40 rounds shorter.
like it could be a 2 hour, 3 hour, 3 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like
think
two,
that's
three,
fine.
three instead of 3-3-3.
Yeah.
Because I got there really early on day 2 because, I went with Tim and
Same.
Tim was going on redemption and stuff. And Jason and I were just kind of like sitting around,
out.
like
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that because we brought ourselves
Dude, I
there.
gotta-
Like we didn't
I
get
gotta
forced to be
chill
there.
in,
But
like the weird hallway between the hotel lobby and the
the liminal,
Oh, yeah,
the liminal
yeah,
space.
yeah. I was like, I just sat there for an hour and I was like, this is like kind of chill.
Yeah.
We spent a decent amount of that time after I got cooked in top 40 with a very special someone. Do you remember what happened?
Oh.
What?
Jordan's dad came
Oh,
by,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. That
he
was
just
awesome.
like he like pops up and he's like, "Hey, I'm like looking for Jordan Quinn," and we're like,
No, I said, no. I said, what's your son's name? He said, Quinn. And I was like, wait, are you Jordan's dad?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay.
and I was like, I do know where he is. He's like
Yeah.
very over there. I don't think he has a chance of winning this game right now, just because it was like 2.5 hours into the game and it's to Nadargo. But
The conversation was, oh, he's in the tank. And he's like, I don't know what
Yeah.
that means. I was like, well, he's in a really tough situation in which he's probably not going to win. But, like
but
his
he
chance.
actually had a really good shot at winning.
I was
right?
this
Your chances
Yeah.
went like here, down to here, then like came back
I didn't
up
realize
slightly.
it. Well, like sitting on an E zone in Tim
Dude,
Nadargo is a
Jordan
cheat code.
Had to be like, this Lotho can't die.
Yeah.
I did some crazy shit to keep that Lotho alive.
I
Yeah.
can find the picture while you're talking.
I go turn 1 scheming, target Craig. I'm like, please don't let us die to Rogsire Turbo Farm. I don't care what you get, which was a mistake. I can't like Craig get heuristic, but whatever.
Yeah, just let us get a heuristic. It's fine.
I had turned 2 Lotho, but then my farm plays an OBM. I'm like, fuck my chub life. And I have 4 cards in hand. I'm like, you can have perfect information if I get 2 turns of you not touching my Lotho.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And so I give him my hand. He's like, okay, cool, bet. But then it's a rule of law. I don't get a single Lotho trigger off those 2 turns.
Oh.
So I cast a Wishclaw Talisman. I'm like, I'm once again asking you for Bowmaster's protection in exchange for you getting your own Lotho with this Wishclaw Talisman.
I managed to take this picture right around the time.
Yeah.
that was
He's like, Bowmasters,
please,
no!
please, please. But I get to, like, I eventually get to Lotho, Esper, Timna, E-Zone. And I'm like, oh, I'm like in this game again. And then the only reason I didn't win that game, I mean, only that I can see, is that I couldn't, and there was like a minute left in the clock, so we're rushing every game action. And Rogside dazed a Hullbreaker Horror. And I'm like, please don't do that. Daze this and silence Craig so that you and I can fight. Like,
Yeah.
and I didn't explain why not to do that, because it's not counterable.
Well, maybe you should have, right?
Well, I should have, because if Craig gets silenced, I win the game. Like, there's no other help to that.
Sure.
But I just like, and of course Craig's like, pass.
Yeah, of course.
But dude, Craig was like, I hadn't gotten to meet him in person. That was one of the best games of cEDH I've ever played, and he was a big part of that. And like, I mean, that whole pod was excellent. But Craig resolved an Angel's Grace, and I was like, okay, bro. If I put a win on the stack, we are at time. I think you can stop me, but if I put a win on the stack, would you concede to me? And he's like, sure.
Yeah.
And he shook on it. I
Oh,
was like,
that's so cool.
Dude,
That's
fuck
so
yeah,
cool.
man.
Yeah.
We need more of that.
Yeah. I
Unless
think
Angels Grace.
Less
Last
Grace.
Angel's Grace, dude.
I forgot who it was, but I think Church did that in the Redemption again.
Yeah.
Against Charles.
Yep.
Where he's like, Charles, like, you have it in time, and we have no chance of like actually winning this game. I'd like, he convinced his other 2 opponents to like concede to Charles.
Yep.
And I think it was like so cool.
We did the same thing in top 40. Sorry to.
No, I was just going to step in and say, like, make no mistake, this is not collusion. This is recognizing that you're dead and that the win should go to the player that's actually winning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. It's like if this game, if we had a time extension of 2 minutes,
Yeah.
the game's over.
Yep.
Which I know sounds ironic because I did do this exact same thing to Jason like 2 weeks ago. But I needed points, so I was like, don't care. You don't need them, don't matter.
That's just friendly fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the same thing because our top 40 game went to time. But Craig has resolved Hullbreaker Horror. If the stack resolves, he has 2 meme bets, and he has his deck in his hands. And he's like, I know it goes to you at time, Rockside, but like, if I explain this to you, will you concede? And he's like, okay.
That's I mean,
So,
that's really, really cool. But I also don't I don't know very many people that would do that in a top 40 game like that.
I don't know either.
So whoever that Rockside player is,
It
shout out.
was-
Like, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Wait, are you talking about the Rockside Redemption, or are you talking about...
No, in
my
top 40 game.
Oh, in your top 40.
He was
Okay.
first seat, and it went to time, and he conceded to Craig
Wow.
because he was.
I think that's like really cool.
Yep.
That's really, really cool.
He was like, yeah, if you can, because Sylvan was there because we had a couple time extensions. He's like, if you can explain the line to me, like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't like where the meta is in pushing things to time. I really don't.
I agree.
I made a very active attempt at not doing that in Swiss. I think we were kind of talking before. I said 60 minutes, but I probably played like 80, 90 minutes of Magic over 6 rounds.
Yeah.
And that was, I'm just like, oh, I found a win. I found a line. I'm just jamming it. Like, not just jamming it, but like, with intent and saying like, there's a window. I'm going to put my win on the stack.
Yeah,
I'm
for
not
sure.
going to drag this out. I'm not going to push to whatever end game I think I need to achieve in order to win the game.
Yeah.
And honestly, it worked out. Like, I mean, I was tied for first in Swiss, and to say that I was like the first in Swiss doesn't really matter because this is just on opponent win percentage. So
For sure.
Jason, Pigeon, and I were tied for same amount of points out of Swiss. And I think you said I had like a very similar sentiment.
Oh yeah, none of my games hit time. I just kept jamming. So
I mean, I have no option, right? Like that's also all I did.
yeah.
Kinnan does have the modality of being able to jam and also take it long, which is very, very nice. I think
Yeah.
that's why I played the deck this weekend, because was like, if I run into a situation in Swiss where I can just put away on the stack, I'd really like to
You'd
do
rather
that.
that happen, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I kind of had similar situations. Like, in my deck is not good at that most of the time.
Yeah.
My deck does want to drag you into the deep end and win in time, like, at time, essentially.
Mhm.
But there were multiple games where I just, like, resolved a gamble and saw that there wasn't that much interaction at the table, and I was like, oh, I was gambling for a Ristic, but there was no negotiation on this, so now it's a break.
Yeah.
And it's almost become a meme at this point. But anywhere that I have like a voice in a public space, whether it's our Discord or wherever else, I'm like, just win the game.
Yeah,
Just
win
like
the game.
it's fine. Like, and if you lose from trying to win, hey buddy, at least you tried to win the game.
Yeah. Well, and it's like we're not saying just like push into closed windows, right?
Yeah.
Like we're saying like if your tells or if like your reads on players is that there's an open window.
Yep.
Like don't be a chud.
Yeah. It's the moment.
Why
Don't
do
be
you
a
need to-
chud, Austin
you have to-
2020.
Yeah.
Generational statement. Yeah, I mean, if there's a window, why are you jamming a second Ristic instead of just
yeah,
for
for sure.
Yeah.
and there's a lot of minutia that goes into that. There's a lot of details and stuff that you have to evaluate as a player. But
Yeah, I mean it's like posture from other players. Like that's a crazy thing that you have to be like, are they sitting forward? Do I think they have interaction? Like
yeah, and also like
But-
for me, it was a lot of evaluating what other spells their opponents are casting. Like
yeah.
when the when the Rog Thras in front of me is casting chord for X equals 5, and I'm like looking around the table, I'm like, does no one have anything for this? This guy has 7 creatures
Yeah.
and Natural Cradle on turn 2, and he's casting chord for 5, and everyone's like, ugh, we don't have anything, sorry.
And you're like,
And then I'm like,
"Oh,
okay.
sounds great. Here's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
salt.
I mean, that's not exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But you know what? Obviously, the window is like wide open,
Yeah.
right? Because we want to interact with the Seedborn Muse. We don't want the Rog Thras to have that. That's not a good idea.
For sure.
So you just have to keep your head on straight and kind of evaluate what's going on and take advantage of the situations when they're presented to you. But
Yeah, I pulled a Jason several times this weekend.
What does pulling a Jason even entail, bro?
Well, is that different than being doned?
I think
or...
that's that's taking NyQuil instead of DayQuil.
Ah, yes.
No, I looked at my hand. I looked at my board. I'm like, I've got a Timna and Knuckles, Warrior's Oath,
Yeah.
and it's like, I'll draw 3 cards. This is my only chance.
Yep.
And I draw a card for turn. It's dog shit. Draw a second card on my draw. It's a swat. I'm like, okay, I have protection. Third card's Nas. I'm like,
Never didn't have it. Jason had a really cool story this weekend.
Despite swapping the Kinnan, I got the Warriors up this weekend. Dude. I was like, holy fucking shit,
Not with a commandeer, by the way.
dude, not even like a commander.
Do you think there's like, before you tell us, do you think there's reasonable extra turn spells that King could run?
No, C time sucks.
No, but you
What
could
about-
play like
No, they're
actual
5
time warp.
drops.
Yeah,
what
I
about,
know.
what about
No.
Nexus of Fate, dude? That's an
No,
instant.
those cards suck.
How about savor the moment, dude?
No.
Nexus of Fate you can play multiple times.
Those cards suck.
They do.
They
They're-
do. Yeah, we're just trolling.
Yeah.
Please don't play those cards unless you're playing
I got
6
to-
mana Narset.
I got to Mockingbird or Ragavan.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm not pushing on my next turn unless I draw a Basalt or a Basalt Tutor. And off the top, I rip Trophy Mage, but my board is literally underdeveloped. I haven't even cast Kinnan at this point, so it requires me to go Kinnan, Trophy Mage, Basalt, Thrasios, which is like 10
Too much
mana.
color.
So yeah,
10
it's
mana.
a lot. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
too
I don't
much.
have 10 mana.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sure, whatever. We'll cast Kinnan. I Ragavan the Grixis player. They flip over a Warrior's Oath, and I'm like, well, if I have 2 turns to cast spells, I do win the game now.
Oh shit.
I did something that my deck is never supposed to do, which is get around 2 silences.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible.
Did you have you heard the story? So I resolve a Peer into the Abyss, and I'm like, oh, Peer resolved, the game's over.
You're telling
The
me
game's
okay,
over.
Sure.
But there's a Lothwa on board from Timna Kark. And so they get
Okay.
to sufficient Lotho triggers to, when I cast Silence, Fury Storm my Silence.
Oh,
No.
this is the same Kark Timno player that I
Yeah.
played against that
And I'm
like,
just,
I had a really good fun game with.
dude, it was two Rogthrust players. They're local to each other. He's from Amarillo. His last name starts with a C. He travels to like every event, and I'm forgetting your name, and I'm sorry. I really enjoyed playing with you.
We met too many people.
True.
Yeah.
Well, he and I had a game at D-Grid. He was in my last game, and we died to turtles. But I'm looking at my 45 cards. I'm like, that's fucking 2 silences. So I redirect lightning 1.
Wait, so it was Chant?
No, it was just blanket silence. So, but it was Fury Storm targeting my silence to make a copy.
I see.
Yeah.
And so I redirect 1, but my Dargo died, so I don't have SWAT. So I have to Cabal Writ, deflecting SWAT, the second copy, to get rid of that, and then I have to pitch my entire hand to my LED to Savin's back LED and breach, and that gets there.
So good.
It was a sick line, but
That is
after the Fury Storm came out, I'm like, I think I just died. Like I'm pretty positive I died.
You're like,
yeah, I was about to
Fury
crash
Storm,
out.
dude. Fury Storm, what a
My
cool
only
card.
weakness, silence.
Yeah. That and a misstepped Ragavan, dude.
True. Yeah, I found myself in interesting situations. My plan for Swiss was like, if I can win a game, I'll win it. I'd rather not draw games because it just really doesn't progress. And I want to use, I will draw games, right? Because, if I'm in a good position, then I'd rather ID the game, intentionally draw before the game starts instead of drawing at time or drawing because it's in a bad situation. Because like, it's a lot of mental load
For sure.
to be under. Games 1 and 2 I won, sat down for game 3. They're like, yeah, we should probably draw this because we're at table 1, and table 1 all had 10 points.
Yeah.
So I think there were like 6 10-pointers at that time, and I was talking to the rest of the table. I was like, look guys, if we draw now, we're kind of like setting the standard for what is going on with the rest of the tournament. We will all have like the best breakers, in the tournament. It makes sense for us to draw.
Yeah.
Because even if somebody wins lower, like their standing is lower than ours.
For sure.
So we drew round 3. It was either round 2 or round 4 that I had like the single most disgusting play of Magic that I've ever had. We were talking about the Rogthras player that cast the cord for X equals 5. No one had anything. And so I go, cool. I have 2 cards in hand. I have Step Through and I have Flash Photography. And on my board, I have 2 birds. One's a birds, one's a mockingbirds. Chrome Mox and a Kinnan. So I have lots of mana. And then diagonally for me, Atraxa Will, the local Atraxa player.
Mm-hmm.
He has just single Ristic. And then to my left is other Anthony on Rogthras. So pretty stacked pod. And I go, cool, I'm going to cycle this Step Through, Wizard cycle this Step Through for VFC. And then I use the 2 birds to cast VFC. So I have 1 card left in hand, it's Flash Photo. I have, like I said, no draw engine on the board or anything. I draw for turn, it's Twin Cast. And I'm like, cool. So I cast the Flash Photo on Bristic on my turn. I'm like, I would just like a draw engine, I've got 1 card in hand. Totally reasonable, right? And this pod wanted to draw before the game, and I said, no, I think we should play. And so I was like, maybe I'm the idiot, maybe I'm the chud, because now I'm playing against this Rogthras, and I'm like way behind whatever he's got going on. Like he is God's amount of mana, he's untapping. His first untap is my turn, but I was just like, maybe I'm the idiot here. Maybe I should have taken the draw or whatever. And so anyway, I get 1 Ristic, and then obviously my bird's on tap again because of Valley Floodcaller, and then I just cast the second one. I said, okay, cast Flash Photography. I didn't say my target, and before I could even say my target, Rogthras is like, I don't want you having a second Ristic, and I'm like, okay, what would you like me to have? I was like, the only really other thing is Seedborn Muse. I was like, I could have Seedborn Muse, and then somebody spoke up and they're like, well, that's mana and cards, and like that's probably bad. And
True.
And I was like, well, okay, I don't know. And then some conversations had at the table. I was like, how about this? It's just another Ristic. That's what I'm targeting. And then Rogthras decides to interact with it. So he interacts. I draw a card. It's Soul Ring or something. And then Will is waffling about whether to interact or not because I was like, look, if you want to draw the game, if you want to get out from under this, I still think I'm on the back foot, right? I say, if you want to get out from under this, the only way to do this is to interact here because we're going to just die to Rog Thras.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And he goes to cast something. I said, actually, wait. I said, here, as a sign of good faith, I can cast this Soul Ring at instant speed in response, and you can draw a card from your wrist stick. So I cast a Soul Ring, I shit untaps again, and he draws a card, and then he goes, Force of Will, countering that counterspell. And I was like, I can, if you want me to change the target, or if you want me to get something else, I can. He's like, no, it's fine. And then...
Dude, I wish I had an opponent that would defend my second Ristic study.
Dude, I know.
The hell?
So...
With VS.
So I was like, I still have like just the one card in hand. I have just the one card in hand, and then I draw like off of his counterspell. I draw like Fierce or something. I was like, sick. Anyway, Rog Thras's counterspell gets countered. Back down to my flash photo, the flashback copy, and I hold priority and twin cast it.
Oh.
And I was like, cool. And everyone's like, oh shit, like now we're in a really bad spot. And I was like, well,
That's rough.
and
That's rough.
That's rough, Atraxa.
Yeah, so pass the turn with 3 Ristics and some mana. I have an extra Soul Ring and stuff now. Anthony
and VFC birds. That is infinite mana.
Anthony wanted to draw. Yeah, correct. Anthony wanted to draw the game because he wanted to go get dim sum, and so.
Oh, that's pretty based though.
And I was like, that's kind of a good idea. Like, I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, it's 11 o'clock. It must have been around 2. It was like 11 o'clock, and he's like, Judge, is it okay if I just like order dim sum now? Like I was like, yeah, sure. Like, so anyway, passes to his turn. He untaps. He casts Thrasius. I draw 3. My 3 were copy enchantment, fish, and counterbalance. And in response to Thrasius, I cast all 3. He casts one other spell, and I win the game before the end of his turn. Like, it just...
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That is, in fact...
Dude, if I was the Atraxa player, I'd be so mad.
Dude, real.
I'd be so mad.
Real.
I mean... it's just...
I'm only protecting
I didn't,
Dryden for a draw.
Yeah, like, there's no way I'm ever
deal.
protecting a Kinnan. They have Kinnan, VFC,
I think it was a mistake.
birds,
Obviously.
Mockingbird.
Yeah.
I'm never
That's
defending
a
a
lesson.
second
Yeah,
Ristic
what?
study, dude.
You
That's
should
a lesson
protect
learned the
mine,
hard
though.
way. I agree, but I mean, like, there was no deal made or anything.
For
It's
sure,
just-
for sure.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah,
happened
you
to
just
be...
like not take advantage. That's the wrong.
But I have
phrase.
one card in hand, and you
Yeah,
really
it's like-
expect the thing that I have is
Yeah, but
twin
like
cast?
it's the same argument that like Rog Thras when they're like, oh, look at my hand, and you're like, that's not the problem.
That's Cradle for 10. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't have anything. You're like, yeah, I know.
The
Yeah,
situation
that's the
before I
problem.
had the third Ristic was even if I had 2, yes, it's extremely good. But Rog Thras had so much mana that he's paying for everything he's doing on the Ristic, and honestly, like, he's probably not even casting that many spells. He's just putting lands into play until
sure.
his turn, right?
Yeah.
And so these 2 guys,
I guess it is the idea of like make bigger problems, right?
yeah, the real thing that was tough was the twin cast.
So for sure.
It was one card in my hand.
I mean,
It's
the
like,
VFC and the Birds of Paradise also
Twin
don't
cast
help.
step through his gas.
Yeah, I mean, it's an uninteractable demonic tutor for Valley Floodcaller, right? Like,
Or High Fae.
yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's not bad.
Jason's not sure.
No,
He's extremely sure.
I'm
It's
sure
bad.
that I'm not gonna be running.
Yeah.
It just felt good. Like
Yeah.
there were multiple times where it came up, and I was like, okay, it's a pitch card, but also like if I have the mana, I can just do it.
Guys, in my news deck that I'm building for Fishbowl, I'm playing Hydroelectric Specimen because it's a pitch land.
Sure.
Stop, bro. Stop.
I mean, Kenan used to play it. Like,
I think in Kinnan it's super reasonable.
What?
Hydroelectric
Oh,
Specimen.
I don't play it.
Yeah.
The card sucks for my mana base.
I mean, it's not good for
Sucks
sure,
so
but like,
much.
I
mean,
don't know, having just an
NBC
extra
Kenan
island in the
used
deck.
to play it.
Yeah.
We've strayed too far from the light of God.
Yes. Maybe I'll be playing TNK at Fishbowl.
Not Chud's TNT?
No.
Hmm.
I don't even have all the cards for it.
You don't have a Jesus.
No, I have a Jesus.
I played precisely one game on Jets TNT, and I put Jesus on the stack, and Corey just goes, subtlety Jesus, I guess?
Hey guys, speaking of the Fishbowl,
Oh, yeah.
we are sponsored by the Fishbowl 7. You should go to this event
Yeah.
because it's always a good time.
I think I'm going.
Yep.
Jordan's going.
I'm definitely
Austin's going.
I will be there in spirit.
Logan's not going. I asked Jax, and I got left on red. So that's where I'm at.
Jax is actually in town right now?
Question mark?
Question mark?
What the fuck? That guy didn't come and say hi to us?
No, I just yeah.
No, he was in town after Siege.
Oh.
I think he's supposed to be here
yeah.
for a few more days, but then he's back out on
Bouncing
the
again.
road.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
He should come
and
to
then
Fishbowl.
is Eric going? I think is he casting?
No,
Eric
they're
has
not
a lot of...
casting.
casting.
Wait, I thought they weren't doing a stream this.
No, I think, okay.
I do remember. I think y'all and Kyle are both casting.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense.
Eric is doing a bunch of stuff for Excalibur and Baldy for the next couple months, I know.
Got it,
So
got
he's
it,
going
got
to
it,
like
got
all
it,
the
got it.
Midwest and like Pittsburgh events and stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's another large tournament on the East Coast this
Yeah.
weekend too, right?
Winona Nelson's going to be a guest there. So if you want your Timna or a Azusa sign.
Or your flash photography.
Oh, no.
She was
I
the flash
forgot about
photography
that.
artist,
Yeah.
Dude, I'm getting my.
Dude, I
That
like
card's
literally
getting banned. So
I literally
you know.
can't show her my flash photography
Why?
because it's an alter. It's
just erased her art.
It's just erased everything about that face that I hate.
I am gonna have her sign mine because she'll do like a little like baby chocobo on it.
Yeah.
It's very-
It
Oh,
is
that's
cool.
cool.
It
Yeah.
is very cute.
Wait,
But yeah,
I
if
wonder
you-
if I can get Cloud to be a baby chocobo instead.
It's not Cloud. It's Pronto.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Bro.
It's Final
It
Fantasy
looks the
15.
same, you know?
Yeah.
I've never played. Any
I
of the
also
Final
want to
Fantasy
see
games.
if she'll add the spider web to my Timna proof because the signature is just her normal one and doesn't have like the full
Oh, for sure.
thing on it.
Same
Yeah.
on my front. It's like
Yeah.
just normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, go to the Fishbowl 7.
I know what you're playing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
You might play farm.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm playing yet. There's
No,
like 3 decks.
Stacko's gonna be there.
Oh,
So
really?
I probably have to play.
Wait,
farm.
Stacko's going?
Yeah, he's
That's
coming out.
crazy.
Yes.
He's giving
Wait,
me my mem
Isn't
diet.
there like an event 30 minutes from him? That's like a 20K that weekend?
Oh,
I
the
don't-
Eldritch Bash?
Yeah.
That's like
Oh.
a couple hours. 'cause it's
Okay.
in Ohio.
Oh, sure.
okay.
What can I do to get you to play Kinnan at Fishbowl?
You can't.
Not possible?
Not possible.
No, there's
I hate that
always
deck.
a price.
There's
always a price. Yeah.
How many APs does Logan have to give you?
That's a dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
dangerous thought.
there's 3 decks I could reasonably play.
Yeah.
4, I
There's-
guess 4 if you include farm.
There's no way that you can play the one that you just put together.
Oh,
for
I would
this
get
weekend.
dumpstered if I
Yeah,
did that.
you can't play that next
Ralph.
weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you need a lot more reps on that deck before you can just
Yep.
like jam it
Oh, I
into
agree.
the
Wait,
the abyss.
Superheroes will be legal for this
Yeah.
event.
Yeah, that's why I'm playing something.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm playing Nick Fury
Yeah. That's cool.
right now. It's a Chansey until. Do you have the card on you?
No.
No, I'm
No, it's
supposed to
gonna
pick it up
fall-
on Friday.
It's gonna
Yeah.
fall off a pickup truck.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Nick Fury is just that deck is just dumb. 5
We're-
color good stuff is really good when it's a 1-mana commander. Shocker, dude! I know controversial
We're
statement here.
rockifying our deck.
Yeah.
We're also sponsored by the Summer Classic 3.
I got to take a picture with the encased necklace time
twister?
twister.
Yeah, this thing was
That's so
sick.
cool.
It was super cool. Andrew and them are going to put on a great event. It was really great to meet them this weekend. I know like Zeke's going to be there because that's local to him. I'm sure
Mhm.
like Sam and all those guys will drive up that way. I'm really excited. My mom grew up in this area, so it'll be nice to be back up in that
Wait, the
neck of
price
the
is
woods.
a twister?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bucket list item for me.
I know, right?
July
like winning it.
18th, I think?
It's a nice
Yeah.
twister too.
It's
Yeah.
really clean.
It's very nice. I saw it in the
Yeah.
case. We had our like
I have a picture of him. I'll show you later.
pre-game meeting or the pre-tournament meeting or whatever the player check-in
Yeah.
meeting was. I was sitting right next to him and I was like, that thing is so hot.
I'm going. If you want to go.
I'll think about it.
I'm
Keep me updated.
Yeah.
I need to. I'll give you an answer next Monday.
This weekend at least got me in the point. Like, if I did really well for the next month, I could make it. I think.
Oh hell yeah!
Like,
Where are you
yeah,
at?
hell yeah, hell
Wait, pull
yeah.
up the leaderboard.
Dude,
And then
I dropped
yeah.
out. I'm not.
Here,
I'm not in top 64
Let
now.
me finish sponsors.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
do,
Yeah.
we'll do a leaderboard and update and stuff.
Okay.
We're also, of course, sponsored by Tame Dog Sleeves.
Dude, the number of people this weekend who came up to me that were like, I tried them because you guys said they were good,
Dude.
and now I'm never using anything else. Like,
I'm not joking. They are the best sleeves on the
Dude,
market.
if you want a personal endorsement from Jason,
yes.
dude,
Number 1, 3,000 points.
dude,
2,000 plus elo endorsement.
I put new sleeves on Kinnan at D-Grid,
Yeah.
like new Dragon
Like 2
Shield
weeks ago.
jets,
Yeah.
Mhm.
literally 2 weeks ago. And in the finals, I had to start picking off random gunk off of my sleeves in the finals. Like you can see it on camera early in the game if you are paying attention. And for the Century sleeves, the purple ones that he just gave me before the quest, which was 2 weeks before D-Grid,
Yeah.
have still not gotten any gunk. Like it's mostly clouding. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's just no gunk
But
at all.
that's
I will also
plastic,
say,
right?
like-
Like plastic on plastic, we will
Yeah.
over time do that. But that's
I will
there are
also,
worse
But
things.
that's it.
Like-
It's crazy to me.
this is, I don't know if this is just like a subconscious thing as well, but like they make foils look better.
Oh, they totally do. Yeah,
I don't know why. Yeah,
They
yeah.
do. They
Like
look
I looked
amazing.
at them, I'm
It's
like,
because
these are
they're-
way better than usual.
It's because they're a little tighter on the sides, and then the layer on top sits closer to the card,
Yeah,
so the foil kind of really
they
shines
hit
through.
in Century sleeves, dude.
Yep.
Huh.
So yeah, I mean, I
And they're
again,
$10 a pack.
yeah, the price might change soon.
Okay, look at time of
At
posting,
time of recording,
posting, they're $10.
$10 a
Use
pack.
code crit. And
Yeah,
you know.
I think that, I mean, they are amazing.
colors
This
are
is
also
something
sick.
that
you can get
yeah,
a case for $85.
yeah.
That's
They're
10.
very
That's 10
nice.
packs.
They're very, very
There's
nice.
no question. Just do it.
And universally, everyone that like bought them this weekend,
Yeah,
everyone was like, "Yep, these are great."
No,
Dude.
Tim came up to me like round 2 of the LobbyCon event, and he's like, "Yo, what are those sleeves you guys have located?" I'm like, "Century sleeves. Go downstairs and buy them." And then Tim just started sleeving his deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They are.
And then,
It does take a long time to sleeve your deck because they are tight on your cards.
well, it's going to be better when they have their own perfect cards.
Yeah,
because
for
they
sure.
fit just like slightly better than KMC.
Yeah.
KMC.
Yeah.
perfect hard
But-
drive.
But they are. Oh, these sleeves are so sick.
Steven, one of our locals, won one of the giveaways. And so I've got a nice picture of him with the Tame Dog giveaway with John.
Oh.
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Yeah,
nice,
so I
nice,
was like,
nice,
oh,
nice.
dude, I'm
Wait,
super
what did
excited
he
for you.
win?
He won like
Probably
a case.
Yeah, case of
Oh,
sleeves.
damn.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Tame Dog. Use code CRIT and you can save a little bit. Helps us out on the back end. Our partner for the league is Necro Sorcery Altars.
Mhm.
These are so cool. I was looking at this earlier today. I was like, holy shit. Some of
They're
these
very
are-
unique, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't see altars like
Oh,
these.
dude, I like that.
The
ass
Terminate is
trophy.
crazy.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. I really like a lot of the stuff that like still has the name of the card on them
Yeah.
instead of like the written out part. But like specifically I think like this Terravor is
Hey.
like
What the heckler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not logged into Instagram, so it
Yeah.
only lets me scroll so far.
yeah. But like I mean like this Filth looks amazing. Like I know that's not like a CDH playable card, right? But like
What Phil?
Filth
one.
yeah, it's a
Like the
sorry,
Dark Raid is
sorry.
like a
I thought you
border.
were talking about Reina Philp, and I was like,
The
I
Dark Raid's
definitely
crazy.
played
No.
that card.
The Dark Raid's really cool because it's a border extension plus a very thematic like 3
Yeah.
skulls
Yeah.
plus
Yeah, yeah.
you know that's so
Make
cool.
3 mana.
I also I listen to a lot of metal bands, which is something that I don't usually say, I guess. And this is just like metal.
Aesthetic.
It's,
Yeah, yeah,
aesthetically, it's
100%,
like everything I like
100%.
about going to metal shows. It's super sick.
But it's like also not just metal. Like if you do
Yeah.
scroll down, like there's some other like pretty interesting stuff in there that's not
Yep.
the dark aesthetic, but it is still the same art style, which I think is also cool.
Yeah. What I was gonna pull up was the league
Oh yeah.
because I always forget to do this. We're at 476 players right now
Mhm.
in the June League, which is
Dude, that's
awesome.
the Mystic Gamora.
That's your mat, dude.
Yeah.
There was a time when the league just wouldn't stop growing, and I feel really comfortable and really proud of we just consistently have 500 players
Yeah,
it's,
I
here to
agree.
jam and grind
it's-
games, and
it's really cool.
yeah,
Yeah, I will say candidly, the league has had some issues with player problems, right? And
Yep.
it's because it grew so much.
Yeah.
and like
Just
you know,
growing
I think we've
pains.
leveled
it's
out. a
growing
little bit.
pains.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that you know, it's been a conscious effort of the entire team to be a lot more strict with certain players and certain behaviors, and I think that the league is better for it.
Yeah, as soon as we like kind of put our money where our mouth was, so to speak, I'm just like, hey, this isn't okay.
Yeah.
And like I adjusted the participation as a result. Like I haven't seen anywhere near as many. Like everything's been really positive from what I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd rather a core healthy 500 players than have like 650 and things be out of control.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm happy with where things are at. We're starting a new circuit basically.
Yep.
So like this
If
is gonna be
only-
the first one of the.
I think it's May gets done eventually.
Hey, they'll get done eventually, and then but I mean, like stuff like that will come in time.
Yeah.
You know, that stuff is guaranteed. That's never going to go away. So when they're done, and then we'll finish out the first circuit. But, you know, hopefully before the top deck season ends.
Yeah.
But you know, I think I'm just really happy and proud of all of our players, and I know it's not the perfect place to play all the time, because online has various issues, whether it's potential cheating or just hard to see with people's camera, or you have audio problems or disconnecting or
Dude, that
whatever.
final
But
felt
like,
I was online. I can't see your board, bro.
yeah, it did. It really did feel like
Yeah.
it. But you know, to the same extent, you have to realize that not everyone has the opportunities that other people have
Yeah.
to play the game.
Yeah.
And sometimes people will just want to play, or you know, they have a free minute, even if you do have a good locals or whatever.
Mm.
Locals isn't happening on Tuesday,
Yeah.
and if
Yeah.
you want to play on a Tuesday, you got to have somewhere to play.
I will also say some of the like most prominent people that have done well in our league have started producing results, right?
Yeah,
like
Charles
yeah.
is one of them.
Charles got so much experience just by being able to
Dude,
jam
Charles
games.
is a-
Dude,
And he's a
he's-
demon, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
attribute 100% of Matt Hayes' success to the league. I
Yeah.
don't- I
yeah,
recognize
100%.
that-
Yeah. We claim Matt for sure. We
Yeah,
claim
he's-
Charles.
I mean,
Actually, just look at the leaderboard for the circuit, right? Like all the top players are like in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you see like Jace, you see Shaka, you see like I mean, you're in there and you haven't even played in the league in like 4 months, which is crazy.
I wouldn't even, I don't think I would know anything about anything without the league. Like that's where I got
Yeah.
almost all of my games in at the beginning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I agree.
we're always looking for ways to improve, new things we can add, just ways to make it better. If you guys have suggestions for
Yeah.
it, we're definitely open to it. But to the same extent, we recognize it's not perfect, and it probably never will be. But we'll do our best to make it as good as possible.
Yeah.
We
And
have
the suggestions have to be reasonable,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like they can't be Shaka being a mod on our server. I have thought about it.
I
but
can't allow
like
that.
we can't.
No.
Dude, here's the
bro.
thing, man. He's like I'm a mod in Chowder server and it's really good. And I was like, you're not fucking wrong. God damn it.
We can talk offline if that's a
Yeah.
There's a chowder server.
Yeah. He actively bans all the people that talk shit on Chowder though. It's very fun.
he
Oh,
actively
I
bans
can't.
people. He actively bans people for playing Lumra.
Yeah, well,
Like,
that's deserved.
That's
Deserved.
based, bro.
That's really funny.
There, one
Sorry,
final note
Eric.
for the league. I think since the last time we've talked about it, we have changed or like added judging staff. Because we have Punchy now, right?
Yeah.
I would like.
Which is like the get of the year.
I was gonna say Punchy is
Yeah.
like in my cEDH Judge Hall of Fame. It's like Punchy and Sylvan.
Dude,
Yeah.
I
And, like, everyone's
I
great,
really
but-
like both of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I talked to Sylvan at Siege, and I said, "Hey, we might have events coming up that's not our league, and if we do, would you like to be a part of it?" And Sylvan said yes. So
That's
Dude, I
fucking
love
awesome.
Sylvan.
I also love Sylvan.
Sylvan's the goat. But anyway, we have like the people I consider to be the best judges in the format judge our league.
Yeah, agreed.
So
and if you're a judge and you want practice on
Yeah.
judging, it's a great way to practice.
You know what else? I'll take this time of like also respect the judge staff and
Yes.
crit in general in the server. Like we're gonna be a little bit more harsh on people being outspoken about our judges in general. So
Yeah,
They are donating their free.
Yeah,
time.
yeah, like-
so-
I mean being very honest, like they kind of just get league entry and a little bit of money from the sprint, which I am also incredibly proud of. But
Mhm.
like I'm pretty like intolerant of people like shitting on our judges at this point. So
Dude,
please
and-
don't do that.
and like the judges, we're playing online when we have time. the judges, this is not their full-time job. If you
No.
can believe it.
Yeah.
They are not there for your beck and call. We all try to respond as much as we can. Like, I Discord Max like 12 hours a day. I'll try to answer, but I can't.
Discord Max. That's so funny.
So just like be kind, be patient. If you can't find a judge, find a reasonable conclusion to it yourself. We are adults. It is fine.
That is also in the rules. If a judge is not available, then you guys can come up with a reasonable solution as a pod. If you can't, then your game will be canceled and you'll just have to make a new game.
And that's very okay.
Yep.
Right.
And like that's fine. It's
Yeah.
stuff happens all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like this is not high stakes.
We have infinite time to. Well, we have a month to play infinite amount of games.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's
there's
like-
always another game. There's always another
It's
game.
true.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough about our sponsors and stuff we have going on. But we wanted to dive right back into some of the Siege, and as kind of our air quotes team leader,
it's left to
I just
right,
want to say,
so-
you guys,
True.
I'm so proud of you guys. I'm proud of all of us, and even Eric, he's there casting and putting in a lot of work. I mean, he was there before we got there, like,
Yeah.
and left after we left. Like,
Mhm.
all of us putting in work, and it's just, I think it's a good culmination for a lot of things that we've tried to achieve and strive for. But obviously, Jason, congrats first overall, winning the event, third in Swiss with 18 points, and it's just awesome.
Mhm.
I got second overall, first in Swiss with 18 points. But again, like I see us as having tied. Like we can't control the opponent win
would be
percentage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like, and Jordan 30th in Swiss, 13 points. That's a really great finish. And like we said, recognizing top 40, it is an absolute achievement in an event this size.
So what's crazy is I think from 14th to 41st it was 13 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the point totals were
There-
so close.
There was one person who bubbled out at 13.
Yeah.
But that's 2 wins and 3 draws, which
So-
I think should be good enough to get in the top 40.
I agree. You know what's crazy is that if we did a top 16, people would have bubbled out the same like it was the same number
Same number that would have
That
bubbled.
that would have
Yeah.
been the bubble.
Sure.
And
That's
that's
crazy.
really interesting to me.
Yeah.
So what that shows me is
Play
that
to
we
win.
did the correct thing by making it top 40.
I agree.
Because you're
100%.
recognizing all of the people that
Yeah.
Or like actually at the top.
Which
Yeah,
like feels
yeah.
bad for the singular Derevi player that did not make top 40. Like that
there's always
sucks,
someone,
right?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
always
But,
someone.
like,
Yeah.
But to have
What
the bubble
also-
be one person
Yeah.
versus like a lot of these larger events at 16 players, the bubble is like I was the 17th person who got bubbled at D-Grid.
right,
Like,
right.
That pool's huge.
I also think that what was interesting about during the day, I think around like round 3, people were like, "Oh, 12 is probably good enough."
Yep.
And then like round 5, everyone's like,
Yeah, round 3, I was like, 11 might be the bubble.
Yeah. We
Because
thought
I
I
just
thought
thought
a
that-
few 11s were gonna get in.
I thought there were a lot of games drawing, but my kind
Mhm.
of sense was I was walking around and like people were drawing a lot of games, and I knew that I had drawn like a game at that point, and I was like, I don't know, I didn't see anyone higher points. Like no one rocketed out of Swiss with 3 wins right away, right?
Correct.
So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, well maybe it's Denver, things are drawing a little bit more, but my prediction would be around 12. The 12-point mark, but to see it at 13 is impressive. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was really crazy that the bubble is that large, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's awesome, honestly.
Yeah, unfortunately, neither of you guys won your top 40 games, but
Dude,
I mean,
and all the lower seeds won a bunch of their top 40 games,
Yeah,
so
like-
that's why you guys got bumped down so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Tyler just got
Tyler
them.
Tyler cooked them.
No, I
Dude.
walked over and I was like, no way, he's scamming a win out of this.
Oh my
bro.
god. Dude, he put a not a Godfair statue. What's the other? A portal of Phyrexia?
Portal and then transmute.
Yeah,
it
he
for
put
GTA.
he put a portal into play, board wiped, then transmuted into a Godfair statue.
Oh, they're dead.
Dude, it's like at
Yeah.
this point you just shake his
Yeah.
hand, dude.
GG, bro. GG, bro.
Well, actually, I like
oh yeah, I was going to say
38th in Swiss.
yeah, and then Austin 38th in Swiss, 40th overall, which I think he took Tyler's spot.
Yeah,
Because he came in at 40.
Yeah,
And
he
then-
almost
and
got
then
bubbled out.
He came in at 40, and then he won that game,
Mm-hmm.
and then he won his top 16 game.
No,
Yes, right?
that would lead him into the top.
Oh
4.
no, that's
No.
right. I met him in top 16. Okay,
Yeah,
so he
you
lost
met him
that
in
game.
top 16.
But still, just like I'm like, oh, you went from 40th to top 16, and
yeah.
like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the power of Arkham, right? Like,
Yeah.
Arkham.
Yeah. And like, I think I saw his top 40 game, and there was no locals in it, and I was like, oh, he actually might win.
Yeah.
Dude, there's no one to REV the Arkham.
Yeah, dude.
there.
We had a game in Swiss with me that it was me, Nathan, Bino, and then another Arkham player, not Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I literally in the beginning of the game, I just like put my hand on his shoulder. And I was like,
What was their name?
I forget who it is.
Was
I
it-
met
Was
him
it the
at
guy? Was it Craig's friend?
Was it Nico?
I don't. They were at the midseason invitation.
Did they? Oh, okay, then no.
No,
There were 4 Arkham players.
there was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it was just like, oh, sorry, like you have a 0% chance of winning this game because like
I-
we're just 0 Arkham
I
activation.
realized that I definitely just confused Tyler for Oswald because they are the same deck in my mind.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's like artifact BS.
Yeah.
Monocolor artifact, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is something.
Dude, this weekend, like, I don't know. For me, on an individual level, I did everything I set out to do this season, this weekend.
That's
like, this
awesome.
was when it all
Yeah,
happened.
because you got your red letters.
Yeah,
on,
I got
on Thursday the
second
night
on
before,
Friday
right?
night. So
Yeah, we didn't even talk about
Yeah.
the lobby cons.
second of 64, which I was really proud of. And I beat I mean, honestly, players I don't have any business beating on Friday, but like I had a really good run Friday night.
Dude, yeah, no, I came up to you after round 3 and I'm like, that's my point, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
Dude,
my point.
the only person who mathematically could beat me on Friday night was Jay, and Jay won his game. I'm like, fuck.
Yes, dude, that's also my boy.
What is this?
Jay was
That's not
playing
what
the
it was.
most heinous
Yeah,
swap deck I've
swap
ever
clue
seen
farm.
Jay play, dude.
But then, okay,
This one.
I didn't quite do everything I want to do, but I'm like this close. My goal for the season was Red Letters and Dargo Discord, top 200 ELO, top 200 NV. And ELO, I'm like
Yeah.
240 or 230.
220 or something.
Yeah, it's really high. And then NV, I could still get to top 200 after this. I think I'm like 300 or something right now. So I'm like,
Do you know
Yeah, but
Jay
if, like
is
if you like
ranked?
top 16 in the fishbowl.
Oh, yeah,
you're
and
like
Summer
very
Classic,
much in
yeah.
it. Yeah.
yeah.
Did you know Jay is ranked like 67 or something?
Yeah.
69?
In Elo
Yeah.
If Jay actually
That's my boy,
traveled
dude.
it and like,
and participated instead of judging.
yeah,
Like,
he would be one of the like top
No,
probably 40
I
players.
glaze him
Yeah.
all the time,
He's
bro.
very
I'm just
good.
I'm just like, bro, if you actually cared about the game, you'd be like,
yeah. I mean,
insane.
we have like a few of those players that are like like not regional like end bosses because we have Jason and that's obvious.
Shut the
Like
fuck
it's
up, bro.
very
Stop
true.
glazing.
No, he's the
Stop
global
glazing.
end
Like yeah,
boss.
he's like well, yeah, it's
Oh.
true. He is the global end boss at this point.
3,000 points, 2,000 plus Elo, you know.
Yeah, like but like we have a few players here that like are unknown to like the national community,
Absolutely.
but they're like oh no, like they're actual local killers.
Dude,
like,
I mean,
like Jordan
I
Callister.
was just
one
gonna
of
say
them.
Jordan Callister.
Yeah, Jordan Callister did super well this
Yeah,
event.
he punted my top 16 game.
He was
Okay.
gifted so many cards in my top 40 game, and it made me really sad.
Yeah, he's one of the pods I sat down with, and I was like, please, God, can we draw? Like,
Yeah.
I just, you know.
Yeah, he plays Chowder too, and like
Yeah.
that, I think that deck is like actually like still good.
It was Chowder, Rogside, me, tried to say, and I was like, this is too much. Like, can we
Yeah.
just draw now, please? And then we played it out anyway, and I won the game,
Mhm.
which was tough.
Dude,
Yeah.
But-
shout out to Stockwell. I gave him his only win in the last three weeks
What?
on Friday.
Stockwell's been having a pretty rough
That's rough.
go. Yeah.
I mean, he just had a kid, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I know how that is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
1,000%.
It's an instant nerf, dude.
Yeah, it's
he
just
was
like,
he was going through his necro line, and he's like freaking the fuck out because he's one pip short. Has a resolve J Will pitched all his cards to Horn already, and he's like, I just don't see anything here, and I just slide him the Mox Opal he hit off my deck with Ragavan. I'm
Oh,
just like, bro, just
It's fine, bro.
Here
you
you go,
need
buddy.
it more than me,
Yeah.
brother.
Oh, diabolical, bro.
Oh, that's so funny.
I wanted
This
to-
is another player that, like,
Oh,
if they
Dom-
actually
Dom
took
played?
cEDH
Yeah,
seriously,
Dom
Dom would be a
would be-
top 100 player for sure.
yeah, one of my favorite stories is when he went to Fishbowl 5.
I think it was 5.
yeah, because Fishbowl 6 was when I
It was
He went to
October,
Fishbowl
yeah.
5, and he's like, I don't know, man, just give me a deck. And I give him a deck, and it's the most cursed farm list before slot farm existed.
Yeah.
It's a Consinx farm.
Consinx
deck.
Yeah.
And he he did like he went like undefeated day one. And I'm like sitting there going like, dude, I don't understand. And then we talked about it in the car afterwards. Like, you brought the wrong deck. You brought the Constings far. And he played against Wounded. He played against Waffle. He played against. He's like,
Dude,
all
when
these-
I was telling him he played against those players, he's like, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know who they were.
They're just normal players to me.
It's true, right? And like that's the benefit of like actually not paying attention to people at all.
No, Dom would be
But-
the best player in the world if he actually started playing.
But this
Probably, it might be true.
these are photos that I took from level 7, the Friday night. This is like the pregame event.
Dude, this was the most stacked gold probably fucking ever.
It's very weird to see
Dude,
Matt
it's
Hayes.
close to the
and-
combat one too.
Yeah.
It's very weird to see Matt Hayes and Comedian and like Shauna
At
and
locals.
at our locals.
Yeah.
It's just
Dude,
so strange.
I gaslit the shit out of Matt Hayes.
No.
Dude,
Colin was there too.
Yeah.
I convinced him that he had made a deal that he never made.
That's so funny, bro.
That's
Yeah,
so funny.
I
Was
was
this in this game?
No, this is game one. This is
Okay.
game one. But I was doing the Helga thing. Like I just had infinite Helga thing, right? And then he convinced like a player to mind break trap Appa,
Yeah.
and I was like, come on, man, like you don't need to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And Matt was like, all right, I'm gonna like I'll make the deal of dude, whatever. I won't push on my turn if you mind break trap Appa. And the player was like, I'm not gonna mind break trap Appa. And then he mind break trapped my Avatar of Growth that was free off of Appa. And then I convinced Matt throughout the rest of the game that he did mind break trap my Appa.
That's so bro.
What the
And after the game, he's like, I never made that deal. And I was like, yeah, that's true.
It was cool to see Fiesta
Yes,
there.
is the fucking man.
He's
dude.
so
Dude, he's going to Fishbowl.
I know.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
He's sleeping on Josh and I's floor couch bed, maybe.
And Church
Yeah.
Church was there.
Yep.
Yep.
made the drive. I met this guy. His name's Cecil. He's super nice.
Calamity on Discord, right? Yeah,
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, okay, cool.
This
cool,
dude's
cool.
sick.
Yeah.
He only plays decks with Rakdos in them, the plus or minus colors.
Okay.
He was playing Florian here.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my goat right
This-
there.
Oh, this picture I thought was pretty cool.
I like this. This was one of my favorite games I've ever played because I got to play my first tournament game with Ian and my first tournament game with another very good player who I'm not remembering.
You should click this photo because this is the full porn stash on full display.
Oh,
The one with Jordan, the one that you just had.
It's Dan, just from
Dan,
Center
oh,
Dan.
look at that porn stash.
Oh, wait,
dude.
there's a better picture. This is Jay, by the way.
My
Yep.
goat.
If
My
you
goat.
meet him and he's in your pod, he will cook you.
And the whole time he's saying he will say, I'm not winning right now.
No. The best Jayism is I have a solution for this.
Yeah, cast
It's, it's actually winning the game.
It is a high value play. 5
It
points.
is.
Yeah. Avery, Craig,
Yep.
Bino's there. Also, that was
Jade.
Yeah.
Jade.
Jade too.
Oh, that's who it was. Notorious was the other player in that pod.
Oh, that's
So
a
it,
killer
it was
pod.
a stacked fucking game.
But I mean, like you can see, just everybody's having a great
Dude,
time.
I
you know?
remember
Yeah.
Colin coming up to me after, I think, round 4. He's like, oh, my mystical tutor could get a D SWAT or a fear on the weirdness game. But instead, he's not playing any interaction.
No, literally
He's
zero.
playing John Vick's, like, Teamer Problems.
Teamer
but-
problems,
Yeah.
yeah. Which, by the way, in the siege, this is another tangent, but at the siege, my winning in was against Vic, and I convinced Raph and Mikey
Yeah,
to
yeah,
just
yeah.
like to. I was like, I showed him a white boy, and I was like, hey man, like I could stop you. I will not cast this on your permanents at all for the rest of the game if you kill Vic. And I was like, sick, and just hit a blight seal. Vic's like, I'm gonna die.
You know, some extra lore behind that. Colin comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, I know Vic's mad because he doesn't usually stick at the table after he dies."
Yeah. Yeah, it was so funny, dude. He's like, I'm actually dead. I'm actually dead. And I said, I know. Yeah, you were going to win next turn. Like, it needed to happen.
We're gonna run through some more stuff here. We're getting a little short on time, but Datadog tweeted about my deck list, which was cool. I went 4-1-3 overall. Only lost top 4 on Kinnan. The notable cards for me are Step Through, Counterbalance, which is just a card that I love, and Jason and I are both on Twin Cast and Sudden Sub.
Yeah. I mean, I think that counterbalance is it's not a good answer for the possibility of some of the meta things that are happening right now.
Yeah.
But it is an answer.
Which is more than any other card in Magic offers.
That's not true.
Perplexing
Perplexing
Chimera.
Chimera might be making a comeback.
Dude, I posted
No.
that. I posted that in our chat. I was like, guys, this is how you beat small.
No,
I unironically think it might start seeing play.
I don't think so.
With Homeward Path, too.
I don't know about that one. I want to see a deck that plays Perplexing Chimera and Heartwood Storyteller at the same time, dude. Just like full hell.
I'm actually
Like-
puking.
That's how you introduce like 10 different triggers. on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
No, bro.
Well, if I swap, then he swaps, then I swap.
So some other thing that happened to me in top 16 was I had 10 health and I resolved the One Ring, which made me feel very safe to the incoming Molten Disaster Angel's Grace.
Yeah.
And I think we were all worried about it, but my One Ring had it already resolved and it wasn't even close to my turn. So.
It was a very like conscious thing that was talked about in the game, right? Was like, hey, he's making enough mana to do this.
Yes,
to
yeah. and then we checked how much mana he has. I was like, oh, he has enough now.
Yeah.
It's not that he's making enough.
Yeah.
He already
Yeah.
has enough.
What's really interesting
Yeah, yeah.
to me is that I was told there was a deal that let all 3 Flood Callers get resolved.
Yeah, because it was I think Waffle cast Flood Caller, then Z cast Flood Caller, and then I cast Flood Caller on top.
Yeah.
And we're all like,
Yeah.
Tyler's like,
Which,
Tyler's like, oh,
but like,
I don't
Yeah.
think this Arkham thing's gonna work
Yeah,
out.
like, the deal was kind of like we all have Flash or none of us have it.
yeah.
And then, which was a problem because when I had cast my Born earlier, I said like, it's important for me to get this resolved because I don't think that I'm like gonna get an untap and win. I kind of need resources, and the only way for me to deploy resources is to cast them. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of back and forth on that, but I said like, look, I'll just cast the Born, I'll cast these cards, I'll show you all of them, and then if I need Flash after that, I'll have to resolve another Flash enabler. I'll just ignore the fact that I've resolved Born.
Okay.
So that was the one way I got it to
Oh,
resolve.
interesting.
And,
Okay.
and also with all those cards, I was like, I'm going to feed you guys cards anyway.
Yeah.
I just these are the cards I'm casting. And the last card in my stack was Counterbalance. And then the deal I had made on that was I'm only using Counterbalance to potentially counter split second spells.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or
It's
plus
just-
Arkham.
Just like,
Yeah.
just be like, if you're in a pod with Utah specifically, Raga Shy, like, be very careful about how much mana they have.
Yep.
And also, don't put a Flood Caller into play. Like, just
I'll just take it.
they will take it and they will
Yeah.
kill you.
Yeah.
So that's something we had talked a little bit about the show about this in general, but we haven't talked about it yet. Like specifically top 16 and top 4.
Yep.
Like I haven't watched those games.
Yeah.
But my only experience of those games has been weirdly my dad texting me the play-by-play because
Oh, really?
yeah.
That's wild.
But then just like what people have reached out to me to like ask about and say, and so I wanted to take like a little bit of time today to like with people who are actually in the games in question, like
Yeah.
what was your experience playing top 16, top 4? And can you maybe like articulate?
I think people are or when they're talking to you about top 16, they're probably talking about my game in top 16.
Was your game?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
streamed game.
So like I said, I haven't actually watched the games.
So
There's just kind of a negative reception towards those games, and
Sure.
we just wanted to open up the floor, essentially.
I think like I mean obviously sitting down into that game I knew that it was going to be a tough game. It was a tough game with very tough and tenacious players, and I mean frankly I really enjoy those games, but I think unfortunately there was I was part of this as well, but like there was as soon as we sat down there was like a back and forth between me and Evan about something that was not in the game at all. And I think it just kind of set us both off on the wrong foot. And I probably did my part in carrying that into the game as well. So like maybe I'm a little bit at fault for that as well. And I apologized to him after the game about it. But I think there's just like it's tense. Like it's a high stakes situation, and
a very high stakes situation. I mean, it's the fourth largest event
Ever.
Yeah.
and it's not. I'm not going to like generate excuses for myself, but I think like I don't find myself in that situation as often as other people do. So like I think in one way I was trying to be careful about things that I said in the way that I act, but also it is a stressful situation, and if I don't have a template for how to act on certain things or how to say things, and also like it's hard to navigate that, especially on stream. And one thing is like when I'm saying stuff on stream, I could be gesturing or talking in a certain way that doesn't sound the way that I sound on stream too.
Sure.
So just like listening back as a viewer, things can be sounding different or coming off a certain way or like a different way than in person. So I think things are lost in translation a lot through the internet as well.
Oh yeah, 100% of the time. Yeah, I think it's like it's difficult if you haven't sat, and even if you have sat in those top pods, but if you haven't sat in those top pods and you haven't been on the stream game and you haven't had literal thousands of dollars on the line,
Dude, literally light shining on you.
300 people in the event center, like it's very difficult to kind of convey how just hard that situation that it is. Like my first stream game was at Boyle, and it was the last game. It went to time, so it's on stream. Everyone's around watching the game, and I had never been in that situation before. I'm like it's very hard. It's very difficult to navigate.
I will say I was very thankful that there was not a crowd standing around. Because there's just no opportunities for them to with the stage the way it's set up.
Yeah, was very.
So that was
nice. I will say I think kind of following up on that, we were talking about like our positives and negatives of the actual venue. I think that not roping off the top 40 and top 16 games
was probably a mistake.
It was probably a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously I enjoyed it because I like actually just sat down and watched a game or two, which was like very interesting, right? But
like I don't mind people standing somewhat close so they can see or hear what's going on.
But like it was like close.
But like imagine me standing directly behind Jason and like he knows that I'm right behind him. That's not a good thing.
No. I agree.
And there was space to rope it off. So I think that's something that they could definitely improve on.
Yeah. But the stage, on the other hand, was the exact opposite, which is great. Like there was a streaming table, just like screen that like. There was a group of 5 or 6 of us that were just like sitting, just watching the game, which was really cool. So,
and then for the top 4 game, because you guys were both in there, I think that like
there were different comments probably on Jason and I. We had a early pre-game conversation about how to not die to Raul and Oswald simultaneously, or
just to be clear, from my perspective, this isn't me colluding with Logan,
which is not something that either of us are interested in doing.
I never was like, oh, I'm gonna get a basalt and you can clone it or shit like that, right? It's like I'm cooperating with Logan here with the intention that I want to not die in the first 3 turns because we're playing against Raul and a deck that both of our worst matchups, like all the activation.
Like Arkham, Oswald, Magda are bad matchups for our decks.
And then also Raul is also easily just kill us.
You. And you know what? Was really close to doing it. If there wasn't a damping sphere, I'm like 90% sure you're dead.
Right?
Like
I mold the 3 and he mold the 4.
Well, and so that's the thing that people don't understand about being in that top pod, but also just in general, like. The quote unquote optics of it are bad because specifically it's you two. So it looks like
father and son, dude.
No. It's the Dome brothers.
Well, dude, we had literally the exact same thing on stream at Boyle where it's fucking Magda and Arkham. We pass a wish claw back and forth 3 times because we mold to 3, and we're dying.
We're like, we need ways out of this.
Like genuinely, the only thought that went through my brain was, I don't want to die in the first 3 turns to these players. If like shit happens.
And the reason I showed you my hand was that I had a disrupting shoal with a 2-drop. And I looked to my left, and I'm like, oh, Raul's a 2-drop. And I looked to my right, and Oswald's a 2-drop.
Yo, and you look parallel, or adjacent. Yo, Kinn's a 2-drop.
but I'm showing you that, I'm going like, is this a reason for me to keep? I just don't think I play the game.
No. It's
it really is. It's just like you guys needed to collectively get to the game that you wanted to play, right? And
which is like then we fought it out.
Once we got also, if you know anything about any of us, and we've said this a lot. Like,
Dude, I brain freeze this motherfucker in top 16.
yeah, so I couldn't win
Yeah.
because I think I still could have through awful shit, dude. like we actively hate losing to each other more than any other players
I have
that we play against.
several and it's not just you, because I have several locals now who have told me that they specifically mulligan for subtlety and misstep when they're playing against my deck.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we're just gonna not lose to Tim Dargo.
Well, and the other thing was,
Which is the correct decision.
My feelings and thoughts going into top 4 were, one, I just came off of a top 16 that was incredibly tough and ended in a way that I didn't really like, because having not gone to time in...
We split before this. None of us are gaining more financial incentive to.
Oh yeah, the
do
top
it.
4 we split.
Oh,
the,
that's
Yeah, we
I didn't.
pregame
I
split.
figured. I
we
figured
pregame
that's
split
happening no matter
the
what.
cash prize,
Yeah.
so there was enough. The only thing online was
we're playing for the
reputation
glory.
and/or prestige and top deck points.
Yeah.
Which is like whatever.
Not me and you and Pigeon don't actually need the points. I don't think.
No.
No.
So, but you know, coming off of that top 16 game, which was like ended in a way which I was trying to avoid all weekend, and then you know that was long and stressful. And guess what? I was in seat 1 on stream for that entire top 16, and then I had to do it again.
Yeah.
That's like a pretty tough experience.
It's a lot of pressure for sure.
And it's just also like, you know, I'm like dying. I was supposed to be recovering from a cold earlier in the week, and that didn't happen because, you know, like I just crushed myself at this event. And I think Jason, you said you were like,
Dude, the sleep before. Well, that was my fault because I stayed up till 2 a.m. to lobby.
Okay. Well, anyway, but like, you know, going into the game, and I'm thinking, I'm actually dreading playing against you because I'm like, in my current state, Jason has just like one up over me anyway. On top of the fact that, like, you know, but so it's not me sitting there going like, oh, how can I use Jason to, like, you know, sculpt the perfect hand, and then like it's just that's not how it works at all.
Yeah.
And also, like, we asked the judge before we even showed hands. I was like, is this something we're allowed to do? Because, like, I'm not even sure that I want to. And the judge was like, well, it's your hidden information, you can do with it what you want.
Well, and the other thing, like, worth mentioning is that the 4th player in this pod that does not live in Denver, there was many statements that not all of the deals or statements they made over the course of the tournament were honest.
Not just this tournament, but also
Multiple
the Quest.
tournaments.
Yeah, I don't know this person, so I don't want to like do anything say or do anything specific other than clarify. Like, you're in a pod with the fastest, most consistent turbo deck in the format and a known liar. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
Like,
have
very,
to.
it's very hard to make deals with either of them.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
it's like what the Rouse agency is just winning the game, right?
Right.
There's nothing outside of that. I mean,
It's
like,
not a flexible deck.
yeah, Pigeon was like, oh, I had like 1 or 2 outs in the whole stack war,
Yeah.
and that was it. Right?
When he mystical tutored, he's like, here's all the things I can get. I want to get value. And we look at all the value
I
pile.
was
We're
like, oh shit,
like-
that shit just wins the game.
Like,
Literally valuable.
literally all of this kills us. Like, there's no.
Yeah.
I'm like, that glimpse is probably the best thing, and that still is a draw 3, which is really bad.
Yeah. And it almost dug him out of that game. Like, he was not dead.
Yeah.
I think he got a fish off the glimpse, right?
Yeah, he hit a fish.
So yeah, I mean,
Crazy.
it's just like there's a lot of things that go into a top game like that, especially in a tournament of 300 players, that doesn't come through on camera. And I understand how the optics can look bad, but I assure you, you know, we're playing the way that we always play. We're still very cutthroat. And one other thing I wanted to say was when the Oswald player had to leave, I think we spent a lot of resources in that game putting the game into a certain state in which we were not losing to Oswald, or really Pigeon, to be frank. But like most of our resources between the 3 of us went to not dying to Oswald, right? And then Oswald's like, okay, well, sorcery speed, stack is clear. I have to leave. I have a flight to catch. And then I'm next to untap, which means that if you're paying attention to the way the cEDH meta currently works, abusing priority is one of the things that top players do.
Yeah.
And this is not something that's like illegal or against the rules, but if it's not your turn and you're farthest away from the person that's active, you have
You're
priority.
actually the most threatening player in the
You
game.
have priority advantage, especially if you have flash speed,
Mhm.
right? So I know that Jason has extreme priority advantage over me, and
With a
I-
Ska at this point, right? So
Yeah.
like that means
Ska
you're not getting,
Cannon.
which means like you're not getting any
Stock
Ristic
Cannon
draws at
Cabbage,
that point, which is
Stock
like
Cannon
gross.
Cabbage Merchant actually.
Yeah.
And so I untap with a stack of cards in my hand from the previous, turn of Stack War.
Yeah, because I just feed him a bunch of cards to develop on my turn.
Well, and
Yeah.
the problem is that now I'm left with cards in my hand. If I go to pass turn, Jason acts in my end step before cleanup. If I cast spells, Jason draws more cards.
Yeah.
Correct.
And your
and my-
engines are essentially turned off at this point.
And I'm at priority disadvantage because he responds to all engines. And the turn started with him auto warring my Kinnan. So I basically had.
Goat status, dude.
But I'm looking in my hand. I was like, oh, I guess I don't have the privilege of an auto aura. But it just ended up in a bad situation. And as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, I lost the game. And so I went to go play out my turn. I'm trying to sequence things in a way that advantages me, but also like I know that I can't necessarily win. And as soon as I pass, Jason has to act before Pigeon untaps.
Yeah, because at that point, Ral and Ska and he had been fed 30
But then also,
cards. Yeah.
then also, if it's Pigeon's turn, Pigeon has more agency to do stuff. I have better priority than Jason does, right?
Yeah.
Very slightly. I have very slightly better
Yeah.
priority than Jason does. So now he's in a worse position. So I already know that like
Oh, the game's
it's-
ending on
the
your
game.
turn.
The game's not only ending on my turn. I just know it's like signed in blood.
Yeah.
It's done. And so I get to a point where I'm gassed out. I look at Jason and I'm like, dude, I don't really have anything else. I know you basically have to this point because you had double engine plus mana.
The engine isn't what killed you. The mana was.
Yeah, you just
Well,
type
it's
in
both.
mana.
But you I think you had like 10 cards or something, and now you have like 30.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
No,
I'm
I
like,
know what I was doing.
So
Yeah, I
exactly,
mean,
but I wanted to have a very real conversation where I'm like, okay, I've been sitting in the stage for the past 5 hours, and while I'm not scooping to Jason, I'm saying like, look, I don't have anything else. Like I know I'm not stupid. Pigeon's not stupid. Jason's not
You've
stupid.
got it. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you got it. Like you've got it.
Yeah.
And then Pigeon's like, no, play it out. I was like, okay, well, that's why I'm not saying that I'm just conceding because I want to be respectful to the other player that's remaining in the pod.
Yeah.
And then so we
If
continue
he
to
has
play it
outs,
out.
he has outs. So it's like.
Yeah, it's like if you think you have
Right.
outs, great. Like I'm not going to stop the game.
Yeah, and like Ral has not that much interaction, but it does have some,
It has
right?
a
Like
lot of bait spots,
like,
that
there's-
you put on the stack.
there's a decent chance that if that game kept going on and Pigeon thought he would get a real actual turn, that he can actually influence that stack to get that turn.
I think
I just don't think he knew that. Like, there's no way he's actually.
he's
keeping
smart enough where if he's in a good enough spot, he can actually influence the game in a manner that works out for him.
Yeah, 100%.
Even at instant speed, even though he maybe can't win, he can also put the game into a state in which like he gets it on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like me and Waffle were talking about it, and we're like, he hit that fish, and we're like, oh, he's not
He's
out
back
of the
in it.
game. Like
Yeah,
he's,
like,
he's got a legit chance of getting a turn, which is
You'd be
kind of
surprised.
crazy to say.
Any deck with like 30 cards in hand
Yeah.
might be able to do something, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like a tough situation. But I can see how that comes off as, oh well, I'm just like giving the game to Jason. But no, I'm a smart enough player to look at my hand. I have Born and Force of Will in my hand, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I can't do anything else. I'm gassed out. I've got Kin in my hand still.
And
And
this
it's
is
like-
after I take back the Scotch.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
sudden sub the sub.
After you sudden sub it,
Yeah.
I sudden sub it back like 3 spells later.
My only play was the sudden sub right there.
You have to, right? Like you have to.
I- and then pray he doesn't
Unfortunately.
draw the sudden sub.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's all I could. That's all I could do.
I will say the most proud thing of myself this weekend was after the final game. Jason come up to me, like this is probably an hour after the finals. He's like, "I would have won that game faster if I was on your chud ass deck, dude."
Dude, yeah.
I know. I was like, yeah, dude, my deck's made for that
Like,
game.
unironically, if we were transplanted into, if
Yeah.
I was transplanted into that stack board,
Yep.
I will admit your deck is.
Oh, dude, I would have fucking won an hour before that.
I know. Like, I was like,
Okay.
"Fuck."
But the other thing is, like, had Oswald not been in that game, I'm 1,000% commandeering your cord
Yeah.
for the heuristic.
Oh, for sure.
Right, and then I have two
Yeah.
heuristics, and then the texture of the game is totally different. Also, I rolled down the 4. I had the most insane draws. I kept Beseju, 2 blue cards commandeer, right, and then one of the blue cards was fish, and then I drew for turn Chrome Mox, and I was like,
gas.
oh,
Your fish is
Beseju-
never dying.
yeah. And so
Yeah,
that
and
was
Beseju
good.
is so good
And
in
then
that pod.
very early on, I drew Sylvan Library and Ristic off of the fish draws. And so I was like, okay, I'm like right back in it.
Yeah,
having
for
been
sure.
I
able to
lost a land
work.
bop Wanchi tongue.
Stop,
Dude, Washington
Stop.
drew so many.
Yeah,
cards.
dude. Me and while we were looking at the screen, like you couldn't really tell the art of the Wanchitong. There was just like dice on top of it.
Yeah.
We're like, what is that card?
My
I also-
dumbass should have just remembered to move the combat because that thing definitely.
You
Oh,
also made a
yeah.
mistake by not swinging it at me.
I know.
Yeah.
I rewatched my game and I was cringing at a lot of
You
the stuff.
you passed your
I
combat. I was
did.
like, woo!
You're like,
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, because the thing was like a 10-10, right?
yeah.
Oh, it was bigger than
Yeah.
that. I think it was
Yeah.
12 or something.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Something like that.
Well, so like I'm really glad we talked about this. I brought it up originally just as like
Yeah, no, like I don't blame you at all. I was like, it's good for transparency, right? Like none of us are actually in the business of colluding. Like the dollar amount
Yeah.
figure doesn't actually make any sense either, right?
The biggest collusion we did all weekend was we got into round 5 and we're like, we need to draw.
Yeah, I mean, we sat down at the last round of Swiss, and it's Jason, Pigeon, me, Craig, and we're like,
Dude, I wanted to play so bad. I didn't hit 22 points in Swiss.
but it
Yeah.
was like you and Pigeon deadlocked first in Swiss, or tied first in
Yeah,
Swiss.
yeah.
Craig and I deadlocked because our breakers are insane. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
just draw this game.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to play for the pride, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's like we hear you guys when you have feedback for how we're perceived, and we're always happy to offer an explanation. Whether or not you agree with it, not really our problem. But like we're happy to have a
Well,
conversation.
It is kind of our problem.
That's kind of our
Like,
problem.
Yeah.
No, but we're
I
like
do-
trying to offer like
Yeah.
transparency and insight into what we're thinking, right? Because like what you think might not be the same as what we think.
I can see it's
Yeah.
very easy to just watch that stream, draw a bunch of
brothers back at it.
draw a bunch of conclusions based on like what
Yeah.
you see or what you hear. But yeah, I mean, I think there's always more to the story, and you know, our intentions. While I mean, like our intentions are pure. Like we don't. Like I came to play in a tournament. I came to win a tournament.
You think I'd let
I-
this guy win? a
Exactly,
diamond?
dude. You didn't. You didn't let me win.
Yep.
You know, it's like, and I will tell you, I did not throw to Jason because I would have been like, you know, losing sleep over that. Like,
Yeah.
it's just not something that I'm interested in doing.
I'll also say like the comments were pretty like the live chat comments. There was a lot of banristic chants out there in the fucking live comments, man.
I don't think we need a ban Ristic.
No,
I think it's just a player issue, to be honest.
Yeah,
A lot
I mean,
of
like,
stuff
this-
is just
yeah.
a player issue.
I think Flash Photo might be a little bit more on my radar than Ristic is. Personally, I really don't like the play patterns of it.
I mean, we've been talking.
And having flashback for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
is
it's
crazy.
insane.
Yeah.
That word giving itself flash if you
You started your own shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a lot of-
fucked up.
is correct.
This card is
I'm
correct.
gonna remove your Kinnan. Okay, in response, I'm gonna Flash Photo. my
Yeah,
Kinnan.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what happened.
In response to
Buffalo.
my
Yeah.
breach getting Beseju'd, I'd like to flash photo my breach.
Yeah, it's
You're
crazy.
Like-
so dumb.
what?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's
huh?
you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I have no outs now.
I think the cards I'm most interested in banning, and we've been talking about this a lot for the last couple of days, because, okay, Hire came into our Discord after his birthday because he wanted some peace and quiet to himself, and was like, please let me hear your opinions on how this weekend unfolded.
Yeah.
And he coined this term that he's calling slop stacks, which I really like. I think that's like an accurate way of describing
all
what...
this shit on this stack.
Yeah. But so as a result of this, we've been talking about like play patterns and politicking, cards that we want to see banned, unbanned, etc. And like what's way more on my radar is the cheap flash enablers, and
I
that's
agree.
like something that we've been talking about both as a team and like a larger community. And so I also am fine if we don't ban anything, but I think
I
like,
honestly think
Agreed.
this is the most diverse
Yeah.
meta.
Yeah, 100%.
It's the meta is diverse, but the top 1% of the meta is not diverse. The top
Yeah,
1%
you
that
either
you're
have-
seeing this like the
No,
I
I
think
think
it's
I think you have
similar
the
to
two big ones, right? Like you have the Ristic decks and the Necro decks, right?
Yeah.
And like
well, the Necro decks were, in
I
my
think-
opinion, are not.
I
Like,
think
yeah,
like,
like
I
they
could've
just win the redemption event, right? Like
I
the
think
Necro decks are
redemption-
still
that's a
very
redemption
good.
event, though.
I
No,
think the
get it.
biggest thing is that both of those strategies have like feedback into each other.
Yeah.
Where Turbo's good with Turbo and Slop is good with Slop.
Yeah.
And we just happen to see what happened in now, even in your top 16 game. There are 3 slot decks. Of course, the game's gonna go to a slot game. No one. It's fucking win
Everyone's
turn
helpful,
3.
right? Like, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
But if we were to put 3 turbo decks instead, no, the game's never gonna get to a slop state.
The problem is the turbo decks
have
have to get to that top 16 though, and they
I think it's
weren't.
easier to get to top 16 when you're pushing like that.
I agree.
With all the necro and all that stuff.
I agree.
Maybe I don't know. I feel like my problem is Valley's on my radar because like whenever I just see it being cast, I'm like, there's realistically 0 counter spells for it. Like maybe there's a red blast, maybe there like.
I don't know. Like usually traps don't get used until flood colors are put on the stack at this point, right?
Or a fluster.
Yeah.
Or another trap, and then you're like,
for
okay,
sure.
well, there's trap on top.
Yeah. I'm okay. I don't think we should ban any cards. I think we should unban things, right? Like realistically, I think we could unban most of the the ban list at this point. But if we were to look at cards to be banned, I would like Born and Floodcaller to be looked at, just because from the idealistic version of what like the Commander format panel is trying to do, where they're like, how do we hit cEDH and like mix up their meta, but also not really affect casual at all? It's Valiant and Born.
I can see that, but to
It's
me,
not both, but it's one of them. Right?
It could be one of one or both,
to
right?
me,
Like I
to
don't know.
me, they serve specific purpose in like the overall texture of a Commander game, right? Valley and Born, they both do specific things. Flash Photo does not do a specific thing. It does a incredibly generic thing, which is what they've talked about being a problem. And it does a very generic thing at a very very powerful way.
Probably the most powerful way.
And it's a blue card, and it's just like it's too much. None of us want to include it in our decks, but we feel like we have to.
I would like to include it in my
Shut
deck.
the fuck up.
I have a really cool altar.
That's only because you have a really cool. No, but I'm serious. Like I would so much rather put like another counterspell or another
For
something
sure.
else instead in that slot. But I know that it's best in slot.
Yeah, I mean, something like a play pattern that is inevitably going to happen with, and I think it even happened this weekend, is these slop decks that go to time in the top 16, top 40, top 4. First seat's going to Angel's Grace on their turn at time. And then,
Which I really don't like.
and
I
you're
don't like
fucked.
that play
You
pattern
are
at all.
you're fucked. The game's
But
over.
I think that's still a player problem. Is that we just need to play the game faster.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
sure.
agree.
I mean, I think most of these are player problems, but like,
But you can play the game faster when there's no flash photo.
So
Yeah.
so I do think like what Jason I want
But,
to kind of
if we-
reiterate what
if we
Jason's saying.
speed
Right?
up the amount of actions we can take in the first like even 2 hours or 1 hour. There's no way you can take in the back half that many actions to stall out properly.
Well, what's really interesting to me is that like the end state of both of those the top 16 and top 4 game, like that end state comes in Swiss quite often, right? Like
especially Denver locals.
like
Yeah.
and we never like it's pretty rare that we go to time when it comes to like getting to that end state. We kind of are just like we all know what to do.
Yep.
We all know the first half of this shit doesn't matter.
Start playing.
Just like put your Swan Song in your put Dispel into the stack. Like it's fine, right? And like I think it is like a player problem because like it's just too much like too much gap, right?
yeah, that's a huge part of it. But there's also just the
Like we don't need to negotiate a Dispel.
So some
Start
other times it's also being very particular about trigger order and saying like can we all resolve our triggers and shortcutting to yes?
For sure,
And,
right?
and other times it's like, oh no, I'm actually responding to all your triggers, and then so like now you have to take the extra time to put a trigger token on the stack,
100%.
or 2 or multiple.
I
and
will
then
say
I'm just saying like, yeah, having a judge there to do that
was nice.
It was really nice, very helpful. But there's a lot of factors with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I would like to move away from things that are causing this problem, regardless of whether it's a player problem or
Guys,
whatever.
just win on the first 3 turns.
Base.
Cast are not
Base.
that good, dude. Like
You played Cannon this week.
No,
dude,
but Jason
no,
and I
but,
both
like,
crushed Swiss.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
fucking Degrid and Quest. I played Tim the Crom, and none of my games went to time because I
you played
kept
like
pushing.
basically Mardu farm.
Yeah, no, I fucking cut Tide that Degrid,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Like,
For
I
Scott,
was
dude.
pushing the first 3 turns almost every game,
Yep.
and I was winning games. Like
Yeah.
Like, playing the slop decks are nice, warm blankets, but, like, there is not that much interaction, especially when you mulligan in the slop decks. They mull to 3 and 4s constantly.
All the time.
You
it's true.
you can kill them in the first 3 turns
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah, it's something that we've been talking about. Like, I think this weekend, to me, both having met so many people and just like seeing how the meta adjusts to both the league and like conversations that are had by creators, like part of people how people play the game is what they hear their favorite creators say, and like we have a responsibility, I think, to have these conversations and like adjust to how we want the meta to be shaped, because whether we like it or not, that's what people are going to do anyway. And so we need to like have those conversations.
Yes.
And
I did not cast my own Mystic Study at all during Swiss.
I saw one in all of Swiss.
The whole
One
event,
Mystic Study the whole time.
I cast one of my own Mystic Studies, and I cast one fish. This whole event.
I didn't see my fish.
I didn't see
at
fish
all
at all.
this
This
weekend,
whole
which
event.
made me so bad.
Wan Shi Tong I saw more times than
Yeah.
both fish Mystic.
That's
Wan Shi
wild.
Tong is a good card.
I did put
wanted-
hardwoods into play.
I wanted
and
to
that
show
shit
some of
was
these
good.
pictures. So
Ooh,
we can
I
keep
did.
talking
I
about
did
it.
see a fish on my. I did see a fish.
This
It
might
did
be
win
my
me the
favorite
game,
picture.
too.
Of all of
Really?
it.
Oh,
I love it.
This is the pre-event.
Yeah.
I'm walking up the stairs and I look at the sign and it says tables 6, 7 through like 70 or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, we were walking up the 6, 7 stairs.
Dude, Zach is also just like
Yeah, no,
the
I love
funniest.
Yeah, agreed.
We had a pretty good turnout. Like, there's just a lot
Yeah,
of people.
308 is pretty sick.
Tim was vending. He had these Ristic mats, which are so cool.
Oh, we're gonna have to ban his mat too. Though.
True.
Even the like cute Atali mats.
Yeah. Oh, that's like the Jurassic Park logo.
Yeah, dude.
No, it's the Crocs logo.
Oh.
What's like the colors of Jurassic Park? Though?
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Jordan just handsome mugging everyone.
Wait, go back up. Go back up.
What?
Shout out to Ethan, bro. This guy shows up every weekend.
Yeah.
And judges her events.
Yeah.
Our locals.
Like,
Yeah.
shout out to him. He's been the backbone of.
He apparently played pretty well this week during the tournament too.
Yeah.
I think he was at like 10 points or something like that, which is
I did
pretty
see
good.
that.
I don't know. Just a random picture.
So yeah, this was my first game with Cody and Dan.
Mm.
We unfortunately did not capture the moment of both players looking at Dan speaking and then looking back at me like, what do we fucking do with this guy?
There's a crash out team captain.
Okay, wait. My story with this picture is I walked over after my game was done, which I think was round 1. I won round 1. And I walked over. I'm looking at these two guys, Craig and Anthony, and there's like a 7-year-old in the other side.
Yeah.
And they're dying to hit.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, oh my god, they're gonna die to this Magda player.
Yo.
And so Anthony's politicking Craig to let his bombardment resolve so that he can kill Magda.
my God.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. This kills
My snakes are
Wait,
here
can we-
for you.
Can we look at this photo? Why does every photo of Josh look like he's like
Gonna kill someone?
Yeah.
He's trying to
Well,
stamp
dude, it's
people
just-
with iron.
Yeah. He's just like, this is the only way to win with Tyam is be this guy, dude.
Oh, here's visual proof of my
Ew.
three copies of Risk. Hey, it's turn 3, so it's not, you
I
know.
just turned 3. Average turned 3.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Is a basalt in play?
And a whole breaker horror.
Yep. But yeah, I mean,
It was a good time.
It was a really
Yeah,
good
it was a
time.
good time.
No, I had a lot of fun. I saw a lot of the Springs players come up too.
Yeah.
Except I disrespected all of them because they were playing Slop Farm. And I was like, you mug.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Not even Torrance was playing Slot Farm?
No, Torrance was.
Torrance-
No, he's a purist.
Yeah,
He's a
he's
purist. A bunch of the other guys were
Can
playing
we
it, though.
take a picture? This person in the middle, her.
That's Karktimna.
Yeah, this is the person that I had a very, very good game with playing in their Karktimna game. That was
Yeah.
like, they put 3 silences on the stack, and we like made some crazy negotiations to get through this game because the Rogdrass Intuition, which I was like, I thought I was the only Rogdrass on that card, and gave me a Flare of Dupe, and it was really cool because I was like, okay, like I'm behind everyone right now. I'm probably supposed to offer a draw, but like let's open up negotiations. And like there was also a Kinnan that was Talon Gates, but they had a Basalt and a Mirage Mirror in play. So we're like, okay, so like we're definitely dying over there unless this person can deal with it. Like it was a really crazy deal. And like we ended up coming up with a solution of like, all right, we'll let the silence resolve. you can vamp tutor and then J-Will to crack your vamp tutor to get Mog salvage to blow up the 2 artifacts.
Oh my god.
And then let's not die to Rogdrass. So you can't spin on your turn. You also can't put a Bioman or a Training Grounds into play. And it was like this crazy negotiation. And then we like survived. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like this is like these are the types of deals that you make in like top 16 games, right?
Yeah.
And
Well, you're saying you did this in Swiss.
yeah, we did it in Swiss, which I think was really cool because it like we continued the game of Magic.
Yeah,
right?
that's the goal, is to always continue.
Right,
And-
like-
and-
We didn't just like auto straight up be like, all right, I'm gonna draw the game here. Like, let's try to figure out a winner. And then I put a Heartwood into play, and someone cloned it, and then we didn't get a winner because there was a cloned Heartwood in play.
that was a choice you made.
Yeah.
I would have won if I had time.
I want to shout out to Raul. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like he put in so much work at this event, and even just in the planning stages, and I'm sure moving equipment and setting up stuff. And
Dude, if you watch our Friday or Saturday night local streams, it's Raul.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you watch
100%.
like
It's Raul.
any of the streams from the last like month or two at other events, like Raul did at least half of them, I think. Like
Yeah.
it's Raul's been doing work, so
Yeah.
we appreciate him.
Basics.
Dude,
They're-
we're glad if you spent all that time actually playing the game, we get fried by TNT.
I mean, he would just
Call it a
he'd have
good
to switch decks.
it's weird. It's weird seeing our locals like mesh with people that are, you know, some of the bigger names in
Jay's
space.
got
Like,
Jay's got the bruh look.
Yeah.
you know, this is Evan and Zach Adler, so it's just kind of interesting to see them both in
Mhm.
the same game.
Dude, getting to have Adler, Stockwell, and Steven at my house all weekend was like genuinely such a treat. They were amazing guests, and like we had a really, really fun time. So just appreciate them.
It is big. Siege Matt, you know, the artwork that Tim had, and then they had
There's my
people come up
awful
and sign.
signature, dude.
Sign them?
Top right.
We have a picture of the Dargo that Graham had me sign.
No,
Graham had Avery sign his Timna and me sign his, which I thought was very cool.
Nice.
Sorry, I keep coughing.
You're good.
Here's Sylvan.
The goat.
Yeah,
Dude, shout out to Sylvan.
Sylvan swag.
Eric with the professional yapper.
True.
Dude, I
Oh,
lost my pen.
No.
Jason.
How dare you?
I know. I'm sad.
It was.
Dude,
really
that
good
was the
vibes,
first
dude.
time I've seen Gerald in a year.
I know.
Oh, he's like, oh yeah, I got deployed. I'm back now. I'm like,
wait, what?
great, dude.
That's crazy. I didn't realize that he had been deployed.
Dungeon Ruins was there.
Dude, my Necro shirt is one of my favorite
I
shirts
also
now.
got the
It's
Necro
so
shirt.
sick.
It's
yeah.
so
really?
I got
Yeah.
a mock sapphire.
I
That's
got a
sick,
I got a Calling the Week shirt. Emily picked it out for me.
Nice.
I do like them a lot.
Here's Charles.
Charles is just playing the Cabbage Man, dude.
Yeah.
He's
Dude,
taking
Charles
that
was
deck and running with it, man.
So pissed all weekend. Every time I saw him, he's like, I was promised slop.
yeah,
And all
Yeah,
we
yeah,
saw
he
was
told me
turbo
the same
bullshit.
thing.
Yeah.
yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah, here's Z.
Yeah. I also, can you scroll up one
Sure.
second? This person from Monolith, I think his name's
Eric.
Eric.
Yep.
I got to cube with them after we had all scrubbed
that's
out of our
cool.
top 40
Yeah.
game, and me and Eric were like drafting. He was drafting, and I was drafting after him. And man, we had a great time just like looking at each other's cards and being like, what the fuck? How'd that get past to you? And he was playing like a reanimator deck and just found World Spineworm, Trax, and every time he's like, can I have Big Dummy? And it just kept coming to him.
I got to take a picture of this stack, which was pretty cool. But I mean, there was a few of these going around where there's like really
Yeah.
big stacks, and then last picture I had was
The
the
Twister.
the Twister,
yeah.
Yeah.
which
It's
is
so cool.
it's on a
That's
fat
a bucket
chain.
list.
For some reason, I have two lists sleeved right now that both play a Twister. So at some point, I'll need to make a bad decision.
And then obviously here's Jason's post.
You don't have to
I
make
don't
the
have
bad
to.
decision.
That's true.
saying you finished first. So congrats again. I mean, really awesome. I think you've been working pretty hard to finish first at a pretty large event. And I think one of the things, you know, I came up and gave you a hug, and you're like, there's just so many games where you're like, you just don't get there
Yeah.
in the top cut. But I mean, you did in this one.
Congrats, buddy.
Thanks.
I mean, really, the whole team. Like,
We all did very well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
even in the post I said I finished first, that you guys all made top cut.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just like incredibly, like it's. I'm incredibly proud of like Crit, right? That like
Mhm.
4 out of 4 of us made top cut in a gigantic tournament.
Yep.
And like we all played well, right? Like,
Just real quick, I want to bring this up. This is the Siege on EDH Top 16. I highly recommend you check it out. You can go check out all of the cool deck lists, except for Tyam for some reason.
Oh, mine's not submitted either. Ryan promised it will be fixed tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it will be fixed at some point.
Yep.
But what I found interesting was
Oh, the meta break.
35 Kinnons, roughly.
Jesus Christ.
Roughly like 12% of the metagame or 15% of the metagame was Kinnon.
I expected this before the tournament just because shout out to Alex Lien. He's like a NorCal
Oh, yeah.
guy.
Oh.
Like he sent over some of his software to me, and it was able to analyze the event before the
Like what
event.
people would be likely to play.
Very likely to play. And
Yeah.
it was Kinnan, Rogdas, TNK, and Ragashai, which surprised that is of most tournaments, but especially here in Denver, we're playing a lot of green plus Simic plus.
See, I don't
Interesting,
know
yeah.
how this is ordered necessarily because like Rogish only had 9 entries, but Rogsai had 15.
Yeah.
So it might be based on like how they converted or how
I
many
think it's
top
the
cuts.
intersection of-
No, I think it's
top-
just number of top cuts.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a picture. This is more of a picture of what did well.
Yeah.
Kinnan had the most top cuts. I think obviously the most entries as well. But it is interesting to see all this stuff.
Wait, where's... Oh, I guess...
TNT
Oh,
size
there's-
confirmed.
Oh, Dargo Rograk. 1 entry, 1 top cut.
Dude,
Base.
Dude,
Yes.
Nick, bro.
This will be
Nick.
better. So there were 12 of us and 1 top cut.
Hey.
Did it, Dargo?
You're the one.
Nice.
I...
There were
Dude, shout
5
out-
Kefkas. I didn't
Gwenum
run into any of them.
Yeah.
Vivi. Dude, Vivi.
No,
Oh,
dude.
13.
Hey, they need those 2 extra colors so bad.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I didn't see any Kefkas. I didn't see any of these Raph and Mikeys. No Obniks.
Dude,
No
there were
Winotas.
2
Everyone
Yurikos?
says there's Raph and Mikey around. I've literally never
I
seen
played against
at
it
our
twice
local-
last weekend.
Our local
Yeah.
last weekend, there was 4 of them.
Yeah, I didn't see any of them.
And I'm like, what the is happening?
There was one
You
Gwenum.
scammed a kid out.
Yeah, I
What?
played against
you
them.
scammed
Yeah.
a kid last.
I did
weekend.
scam a kid last week. the Gwenum, I actually played against the Gwenum player, and they got held hostage by a sink into stupor. And for 3 turns, dude.
You gotta make him use it, bro.
Seth was like, "It's our Gwenum. Is that cool?" And like every single time the Gwenum like showed him the card, he's like, "No, dude, you can't cast that, bro." And so like it got very crazy, but that was an entertaining game. It was actually my only loss during Swiss, not to Gwenum. We lost to Celeste. Yeah, which
Wait, I played against that player round 1.
yeah.
Yeah.
We it was like one of their first tournaments, and
Sick.
I thought it was like really cool, but we could have gotten out of it if Seth wasn't terrified of my turn. And he's like,
You'd make sense.
yeah, he could have twin casted his sink into stupor to like not make us die. And he just like was like, "No, I'm scared of you too." And I was like,
Yeah.
"I'm already trying to offer draw, dude."
So
Seth,
we lost instead of drawing.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's unfortunate.
Well, I think we've talked a lot about the Siege for almost about 2 hours. Does anyone else have anything to say before we kind of wrap up?
Going back
Our
to the
normal-
cube, I got to pick one, a hole breacher, and I like that card a lot.
Dude, I got to cube for the first time at D grid
Mm-hmm.
with Adam's cube, and I looked at I got a fake coaching session with Waffle because his cube was first, and I've never drafted before,
Okay.
and he was like going through the packs and explaining stuff to me, like, oh, why you pick this and that. And his second pack, he shows me this stupid dumbass Mox.
Oh,
And
Mox?
I was
Yeah.
like, is this a shit post? Are you like, is this cheating? Is this fake?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but it's in the vintage cube.
It is, yeah.
And you always pick this over Black Lotus, always. And I'm just like, okay, if that's anything I take from that night, it's that. And then when I did my draft, first pack I have, it's Gleemox and Black Lotus. And I have to give away a Black Lotus to Nathan, and he just is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but no, it is like kind of true to pick up the more consistent mana.
Yeah.
Unless you
In
find
it.
Luris.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Unless
ended
you
up-
Yeah, unless like you already
Unless
have
like
certain
pack 1 you
things,
get
right?
Luris and pack 2 you get Black Lotus. Then you're cooking.
Yeah, like or if you have some of the breach pieces, then you
Yeah.
want to pick up the Black Lotus.
Yeah.
Like there's other reasons, right? But I think that this cube was super fun. I played with some of the Monolith boys. I got to play with Trey, the guy from
Yeah.
Utah.
Trey's the man.
The guy that's a
Yeah, I
cop,
like Trey a
but
lot.
not
Yeah.
a cop.
Yeah, retired cop. Yeah.
But his draft was insane. He ended the draft with like 6 moxes. I was like, how? Like, what happened here?
Mana good.
But in this draft, we drafted with 12 people, and the cube could only really fit 10 because there's cards in the cube. They're like, oh hey, reveal this and add a new pack to the draft.
Sure.
Oh my god.
But so there wasn't enough packs to like add to the draft, right? So we like really took it to its limit. But as we were doing this, we're like, hey, level 7's booth is right there.
Oh.
Please go pick up a pack if you want to go pick. Like, if you want to draft this card, go buy a pack, and we can add it to the cube.
Yeah.
And so my whole deck was like, I got pack 1 Hull Breacher, like multiple wheels and a Narset. So like I know my game plan is very much like set up. I just needed to find a way to win. I ended up like finding a Shield Druid, but I basically played blue black like control, right?
That's what I did
Shocker,
too.
surprise! I played a control
shock
deck.
information.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
surprise. But in one of the random packs, this is like no sleeve pack. There's this card called Wistful Thinking, that is target player draws 2, discards 4.
And you had a Hull
And I had a
Breacher.
Hull Breacher. I was like, oh, this is broken. I'm like sitting at Eric, and he's like handing me because like it's all garbage, right? Like there's nothing usable in these packs. And I'm looking at this card, and I'm like, Eric, dude, tell me I'm not playing that card. And he's like, actually, it's really fucking good for you
That's
right
funny.
now.
That's funny.
And in my game 2 that I played with the deck, like I like landed a Hull Breacher, and my opponent's like, ha, I'm not gonna draw cards. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you are.
That's funny.
It was so fun, dude. I really like cubing, and like I think
It's
it
a
was
good way to
six
spend your
cube.
time off of
Yeah.
playing the format, right? Because while we love JBang cEDH and we go to events and stuff, but at some point you gotta take a break.
Yeah.
You gotta have something else to.
Dude.
Well, yeah, and
Why
just
not more
Vintage
Magic,
Cube is so
right?
much fun, dude. Like, if
Yeah.
you haven't done it, just like do the process of drafting it, and you're like, oh, this is the most fun shit I've ever done.
What I've had fun doing is just like the 4 of us grab my vintage powered cube and play like vintage sealed,
Yeah,
and you come up with the most broken
Mhm.
shit ever.
Yeah.
dude, I
Um,
played for your birthday last year. We did the Vintage Cube,
Yeah.
and like that's on the channel, right?
Yeah.
But it
Dude,
was entertaining
Jackson
to
and I
like.
left early.
There was a few people that had like never cubed before.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
And,
I
like,
still haven't.
They like handed me a Parallax
Ever.
wave
Yeah.
like way late in the draft, and I was like, oh, you guys are so fucked.
Did you win it?
Yeah. If we played the last round, it would have been me versus one other person to win it, or to have the final game. But I really enjoy Vintage Cube, and like having them available for the people that have scrubbed out is
I like this
very
conversation,
entertaining.
but I started off by saying we talked a lot about the
Yeah.
siege. Is there anything else to say about the siege?
Yeah. Well, that was it.
Okay.
I just like, I don't know, if we flash back to like, you guys had 6 or 7 months of the channel before I was here. Sorry. Yeah. And so like where we are now, and like getting to be at an event on home turf that was whatever the 4th largest CEDH event in the country, with all the people that we got to meet and all the people having a great time, and just like I don't think any of us expected to be in this position at this point in our
No.
journey, and we couldn't do it without all of you guys, and it feels more true than ever after this weekend. So that was my only thing. Like, thank you guys for being supporters and players and all the things.
Yeah, and absolutely, like it just feels good to defend home turf.
Yeah.
Dude, yes.
Oh,
Last
yeah.
time we let a TNT player walk in here and win.
That's
from
true,
that.
huh?
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Oklahoma, right?
Yep.
And it's interesting because I think Colorado gets a lot of like, not necessarily criticism, but we get a lot of like, oh well, their locals are just stacked, and that's why like things are the way they are. But when people come and invade for an event and we still come out on top, it's like
Yeah.
there's some like, oh well, maybe there's something actually going on here that
It was actually really like an interesting conversation at dinner after day one of Siege.
Yeah.
When we went to Dim Sum, and it was like us and Tim.
Was I there?
And
Yeah, I was.
Dungeon
and Dungeon
Ruins
Ruins
and Jay.
and Jay. And we were like talking to Tim because Tim travels
Yeah.
more than us, right? Which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like kind of crazy in reality.
Right.
But like he travels all the time to tournaments. And we like asked him straight up, like, hey, like now that you've like traveled to so many places, like where do you think the hardest like locals are? And this was one of the 3 regions that he was like, yeah, like
Well, first he was like, it's Denver, and then
yeah,
he said I forget what the other 2 he said were.
Chicago.
it's Chicago.
Cali.
Chicago.
No, he didn't say
Chicago and Great Lakes,
Oh, my bad.
like Ohio.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, he's like it's harder to get out of Swiss in these 3 regions than it is to get out of Swiss in any other spot.
Yeah.
And like that's awesome to like hear, right?
Yeah.
Like if our locals are making that type of impression, I think it's awesome. Like it only just makes us better, right?
Yeah, I think we hadn't started recording yet when we were talking about this, but Shaka was laughing at my conversion rate because he's like, how do you have a 30% win rate and a sub 30% conversion rate? I'm like, because I fucking live here.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't this way.
So our conversion rate here is like, if you look at our conversion rate by
There's
players,
2 factors. One is we cut the top 4 very often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
on,
why
like,
my conversion is worse this year than last year.
Yeah.
But also, I think that like we have so many top players that it's very hard to make that cut.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's so many times, like, on Friday, right? On Friday, we run 3 rounds just because it's like we start the tournament at 6:30. We don't want to get done at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, you get bubbled out at 10 points.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? I won 66% of my games.
Yeah.
And I didn't make top cut? What the hell?
I got 2 games in a draw and I got fucking 5th.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's been times
Yeah.
where I've had 11 points and been like,
Yeah.
how the fuck am I not sitting down right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, yeah, like conversion rates are something I don't even look at in reality, unless it's Kaiser. Dave Kaiser's conversion rate is fucking stupid.
One thing you can look at is Jason's win rate, which is around 51%.
Yeah, it's fucked
It's
up.
fake, bro. It's fake.
It's
Mental misstep is fish, even if he's down to 2.
Get it, dude.
he's God's favorite. He'll come back.
Yeah.
He'll top deck the Rhystic Study after an Ancient Tomb, so it's fine.
It's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, the fake propaganda here.
Also, this was the first time we've done in person in like 6 months or some
Dude,
shit.
I know.
So this was, I mean, I had a lot of fun, but if you guys like the in-person thing, let
Yeah,
us
and
know.
we can definitely do it more. It's a little bit of an effort for us to get over here.
Yeah.
I had the past couple of days off of work, so it
It's
was
like-
a little easier for me. But
A 45-minute drive for me to get down here.
yeah, we can find a middle ground too.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know.
we need Jax to come back.
True.
Get his ass.
Well,
over here.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation we had about like kind of top 16 and top 4. Obviously, I'm never claiming to be a perfect player, and I always would like to improve on things, and I want playing against me to be an enjoyable experience for everyone, if it's possible to be, obviously. And I think that like I find myself in these tough situations a lot of times, and I don't know that there's like a template for handling all these, and I think a lot of like especially a previous me would probably handle things maybe worse than I did. But if you have any questions about that kind of stuff, or if you think that I don't know, just have thoughts in general, like I'm definitely open to them. I'm not perfect and always just trying to improve. So,
Yeah.
That's all we can do, right?
Yeah.
but it was a fun event.
It was
really
an
fun.
awesome
It was
event, dude.
awesome.
It was good.
So yeah, hopefully we can do this more. I was telling John, our level 7 owner here, I was like, dude, you gotta do this like 2 times a year. Maybe hold a smaller one,
think-
like even.
I think realistically we could do like 3 events every 2 years, like be on the kind of like the fishbowl schedule, and like this event was obviously very successful for John, right? Like he invested a lot and it paid off.
Yeah.
Well, sure, but like it sold out probably earlier than I expected.
Yeah, well, I mean, like we saw the numbers a month ago, and we're like, oh shit, like it's gonna happen,
Yeah.
But there's no question now that Denver is a popular scene for CDH.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the answer, right? Like we have to hold more events.
Well, and I've been saying it for a long time that it's like realistically, I would rather like the Top Deck Invitational be here, right? Like it's
easier to fly to.
It's easier to fly to. It's cheaper for people to get out to because like
It's cheaper venue spaces
it's
too.
Yeah, like,
100%.
a lot of the East Coast people probably like it's harder for them to.
They can
come
fly
to the
direct.
Indy this year.
I've heard a few people from like the East Coast say they can't make it out to San Francisco because the flights are too expensive.
So far.
The flights are like $600 already.
Well, that and you have to take like a multi-stage flight basically. You have to like take a multi-leg.
Yeah.
Like you have to fly to. You basically probably have to fly to Denver anyway.
You either
To-
fly into
to get
Denver
to-
or Vegas to get there.
Right,
Yeah.
but I mean, one or the other. It's the same thing
Yeah.
basically. So like,
And
you
like
can,
this is just it's a lot more central. It's an easy trip for all the San Diego people. It's an easy trip for all the Pacific Northwest people. Like
yeah, the Utah guys
drove.
New Mexico guys drove.
Yeah, so like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I obviously like we're biased, right? Because we fucking live here.
But we also feel very lucky to have like not only the local support from Level 7,
Yeah,
but we
absolutely.
have other groups like MTG Basics and Squandering Resources and
Dude,
everyone's bad at
shout out
Magic.
to those guys.
Dude.
And they hold
Yeah.
down the
We
desk
have
and everything.
4 fucking teams here now because of Team Crash Out.
5.
It's like
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Wait, which teams? Us?
Basics.
Basics.
Crash Out,
Crash Out.
Squandered.
Squandered.
Half of Chuds.
Everyone's bad at Magic. Chud's part time.
Yeah, Chud's
Oh,
part time.
and the Springs people are like
Yeah.
somewhat on a team too.
They were all like Crimson Lion stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Or D&J.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
Which
just cool.
I heard that the Springs is starting to start popping back up.
Please.
Yeah, I was
dude.
just down- I was
I
just
know,
down there
same. I
yesterday.
hope they can start running golds because like that's something that we need.
D&J is gonna hold an event in August.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Our next level up, I think, like locally to Denver is like talking to Adler and Stockball with those guys with the California circuit. Like they're just like their golds and plats are just way more frequent than ours are.
Yeah,
the-
100%.
The next thing is not bigger events. It's we need to hold more mid-tier events.
Yeah, 100%.
So like more golds. And
I
so
have
I think
more,
that's
I
something we're
have
gonna
more
be looking
diamonds
into.
and plats. This is-
Yeah, I mean same.
Yeah.
By like a significant margin.
Yeah, I have 1 plat and 4 diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My only plat is the redemption event of the quest, I think.
Mine is secret.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And if I had more time, I would have done the plat at Quest.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else good for the order?
No, I
No,
think
I don't
we
think so.
we figured everything out for this
Cool.
episode.
We better get out of here really close. And actually, they closed an hour ago. So.
Okay.
All right.
Jesus.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next
thanks
time.
for
Bye, guys.
thanks for watching.